like entertainment value alone. So you kind of see what's happening, see some of the names, but I don't know if you really buy into it. Like some have him going, I think now, well, yesterday it was Detroit at 15. I think it's to Orlando at 16. Hell, 3 days ago it was number 23 to Utah. 3 days ago had Hachimura of Gonzaga landing here at 18. And hell, now they have Hachimura going somewhere, I think, in the either early teens or around 11 or 12. So, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of entertainment value and really nothing more. But should they take a chance? I mean, you're at a point now with the Pacers that it's easy to just say, well, you roll the dice and not everything can happen and you just hope you get the right guy. But damn, I mean, you got to have Holiday be the right guy this year. And you got to see if TJ Leaf is going to be the right guy this year. I mean, these guys have to start being able to give you rotational minutes at some point. You're going to run out of bods here. I mean, we're looking at Edmund Sumner, for goodness sake. Hell, Edmund Sumner, I hope this is correct too, but he may be playing more of a role than what we think sitting here right now talking about it. Might happen. What was said, I think JJ told me last week that when you see him around the facility that you can tell that he's stronger and, well, I mean, whatever. I mean, I hope so, because they need some bods, because those bods are going to disappear. I think we said via free agency, who of the expiring contract guys were they going to be able to keep? Who they should keep, who they want to keep, who they were going to be able to keep. I said all along I thought really the only one was going to be Bojan, and now I think that whole Bojan stuff's on sneaky ground. Of course, you can't let him go without trying to get something in return, right? Sign and trade style, but I think you know what I mean. They do want Bojan back, but it seems like that you got a lot of other people now, because of everything that's transpiring, that also want a really hard look at Bojan Bogdanović. Whether we talked about San Antonio last week or the Lakers the past couple of days. Premium on shooters. And you're asking me about number 18, and my whole thought is, man, you got to find somebody that can shoot. And I know Nate, talked about, the redevelopment of the old school big man coming back and back. I don't see that. I don't see that anytime soon, because it's too much fun to run out there and shoot threes from the damn hash mark and make them. Hell, I think that's only going to go back. Hell, pretty soon you're going to have people, stepping up like Lillard from half court. Off the dribble, off a break, you got a 3-on-1, I'm going to pull up at half court. So shot making ability. Cam Johnson, and I've said Cam Johnson the past couple of weeks, he is at least predicted to go either late 1 or early 2. He is a shot maker. Now he's 6'8", 205, somewhere in that neighborhood. He's 23 years old, which is kind of a scarlet letter, if you will, on guys coming out of college. Now, hell, you need to be 19. 23 is like old man. Well, he's an old fart coming out of Carolina. The thing I like the most about him, though, is from what you watch, because they're on TV every second, what you saw and what people tell you is that he is a shooter. He is a knockdown shooter. He can put it in the basket. That's, to me, I say volume score. That is so huge for the Pacers to come away. Unless they know something right now that nobody else knows about what their expectation is about Vic, and that's what's going to get us to this point. So Ricky Rubio was dropped in here yesterday. Listen, I don't hate Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio in there are situations that I would like. I mean, maybe, let's just say for the example of the argument here, with what Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer said yesterday, that Ricky Rubio was going to be a target of the Pacers in free agency. And, now we know that he is going to be actively available because of what the Jazz did, giving up 3 players for Mike Conley of the Grizzlies a little bit earlier today, or at least that news breaking, and that's what's going to happen in a couple of weeks. That said, you now know that Ricky Rubio is expendable, and he was already going to be let go by the Jazz anyway. So Kevin O'Connor told us yesterday via Twitter that the Pacers have interest in him. Not in those words, those are mine. Now, my first thought was just a huge pregnant pause, and absolutely not, and I'll stand by that. Now, that's also with, all right, if there's something else working here, then tell me about it. I'm interested to listen. But at face value, I would say, what? There's not much shot-making ability there. You know, Kevin Pritchard told us he would like to have a creator. I mean, how much creation is going on? He's a good passer. He's been a great passer, described as such since he was 15 years old, and Larry Bird loved him back then. But just that stand alone, I wasn't down with yesterday, and I'm still not right now. Now, if there are other layers, which assuming there would be, then we'll check it out and we'll analyze it as it's being reported. But to me, if you go that direction, to me, if you do try to move up to number 4 and take somebody at number 4, to me, you don't have a great deal of thought about how this season is going to go down. And this is just my thought alone. But to me, it does not scream that you feel confident that Vic is going to return in the amount of time that's necessary to go back to being Vic of year number 1 here again. Or maybe you have questions. I mean, that sounds like, and you don't say rebuild with the Pacers around here, but it to me, that scenario that Kevin O'Connor put out there yesterday, that reeks of, I don't know about next year. Because what have we talked about the entire time since the season ended? That was a do-over. You get this back, you get that back, you get Turner and Sabonis, if they're still together, to get better at what they need to get better at. With Domas, obviously, it's facing up and being able to shoot outside jump shots, three-pointers. If it's Miles, just get out there and night after night play with a higher level of confidence than what you do. Like, one bad thing happens, it can't ruin your entire experience that night. Done. Offensive rebounding, we talked about this ad nauseum. Rotational guys stepping up because you're going to lose of the expiring contract guys. A lot of them, most of them, all of them. And you got to fill those gaps. But to me, that report, that rumor reeks, if it would be true, like, you know what, we're not so sure about next year. I know you guys all around here think that this team should be really good and should be up close to the top of the Eastern Conference, but, that sounds like that there's a level of unsure there, if that rumor is accurate. That's how I look at it, or that's how I viewed it yesterday. We shall see. And again, as I remind you, it is just a rumor. I don't know Kevin O'Connor from anybody else. I just know this: out of all the potential free agents or acquisitions or guys that the Pacers would have interest in, one standalone dude, probably near the bottom of that list, would be Ricky Rubio's name. Now, if there's a lot more to it, and this is what we like, and this is what goes with it, but whatever, then so be it. But that's what I felt yesterday. That's why we got the pregnant pause, and that's how I feel today. So if you want to discuss that, we can go off of that at 239-1070. Chris Middleton's going to decline his $13 million in Milwaukee. He's an unrestricted free agent. Somebody's going to pay him. You guys are asking me about Al Horford. I think Al Horford doesn't sound like he wants to be underpaid, and I like Al Horford a great deal. I like professional Al Horford. I like the player Al Horford. I don't know if that is more about Al Horford wanting to make sure he gets to go someplace and still have clock and still get paid, or if he is more worried about, I don't know about this Boston situation. It's kind of what I was talking about with the Pacers. I don't know about this Boston thing now. Like last year, we were talking about how if you were going to name all the teams from top to bottom that were in awesome spots, Boston would be at the top of the list with Golden State. Think about that for a moment. Right at the top of the list, and now not so much. Now Kyrie Irving reportedly wants out. You're coming off of a disappointing year. You didn't get Anthony Davis. You got to hope that Tatum and Brown and guys like that evolve. Maybe if you're Danny Ainge, you just simply don't want to pay a guy that's 30 and going to be, 30? How old is he going to be at the end of any contract here? Is he 30 right now? I mean, professionalism, helping young guys, or being an addition to a team that can help you win right now, I would trust that would be him. I would trust that a great deal. I will say this, people would love him around here. This kind of makes you wonder what the viewpoint might be. Somewhere out west for him, someone with money out west, where they're closer to it. Like a team like Brooklyn, where the thing about Brooklyn, though, I can't imagine going through this past year with Kyrie Irving and then liking it so much that if Kyrie Irving goes to Brooklyn that you decide to go ahead and join him there or want to join him there. That sounds odd. Anyway, Al Horford is a player that I like. I don't know if he is intended, or would want to be here, but I do like him. Yeah, I talked to Dylan Windler last night. He had a really good workout with Golden State. Golden State's at the end of round number 1. That may very well be his landing spot. I hope that he squeaks in round number 1 at the end, but it may be early round number 2, and that's kind of the same thing you hear regarding Carson Edwards. Maybe late in round 1, more than likely early in round number 2. Yeah, but an opportunity to show you something. All right, all that and more at 239-1070. Email address is jmv@1070thefan.com. Reds and Astros. Are the Reds going for a sweep? And it's weird to always say the American League Astros. That's still wrong. Why are the Astros in the damn American League? Seriously. Who's in charge? They were going for a 3-game sweep, which is hard for me to say. They're down 2-1 right now to the Astros. I think Garrett Cole got the start. The lone run on the board was courtesy of a Yasiel Puig solo home run. Bottom of the 8th inning right now. And the Reds trying to get a run, tie this thing back up, and try to sweep the Astros. Reds and the Cubs start a weekend set at Great American Ballpark coming up on Friday. Man, it is never ending, though. This has been a tough stretch for the Reds. Hell, I almost feel good that they're 33-38 right now. Where are my expectations? I feel really good. It could be worse. Could have got swept by Texas. Could have got swept by Philly. Take a couple from the Astros. I mean, think about that. You come out of that Texas series with, I know Verlander last night was one. Anyway, we can discuss that. We'll get some of your calls in here. The Romeo Langford question, we'll let that linger about throughout the course of the afternoon, and you guys can answer that if you want. Keep this in mind, too. I always make this reminder because you guys kind of get a little miffed when it happens, but because there are stories, I mean, it's a day that ends with Y, so clearly we're going to have rain and storms again this summer, but we'll occasionally go off. I don't know. I don't hear when the weather updates, warnings take over. So I'll go off, and you guys will be updated. And we with this blowtorch of an AM signal, go everywhere. So, I mean, hell, anybody in the listening area that's got some sort of warning, you guys will get updated. This may very well be maybe before 5 o'clock, depending upon what time local news has, what type of window they have normalcy-wise for their broadcast. It may be a jacket-off afternoon, but jacket-off afternoons don't happen normally after 3. Normally, the jacket-off evenings is what you get. You don't get the jacket-off afternoons with weather around here. Because, I mean, you're getting set, and it's either in the broadcast window or you're ready to go, so you've got the jacket, the suit coat on. Normally, that doesn't happen. Hey, quick shout, too, because you know I love Andy Griffith, right? I love the old school black and white Andy Griffith. Hey, can people over in Hendricks County stop running into the back of the squad car over there in front of the Mayberry Cafe? And you guys stop doing that? And this is funny. I saw this because Channel 13 had this story a couple of days ago. So apparently this is like the second time in 3 months that somebody has rear-ended the squad car in front of the Mayberry Cafe, which is essentially right there on the square. I think it's on 36. Right? It's on the square there in Danville. It has sat there forever. But people were like saying, you got to move that out of the way. I can't believe it's been allowed to sit out there. It's an easy target. And I thought, it's an easy target if somebody allegedly in April was driving drunk and rear-ended it. It's an easy target if you fall asleep. How about some of these clowns just stay awake and not be drunk driving around? Is it that hard? I mean, that son of a gun's been parked out there forever. Well, we got to move it now. We got to move it because a kid fell asleep and allegedly somebody in April was drinking and driving. All right, great. Stop hitting the Mayberry squad car. Thank you. Dave Matthews Band tickets coming up next week. I was just told that too. Dave Matthews Band coming up this week, however, it's for you inside the Deluxe, which is an intimate setting. And nothing says intimate setting at the Mirage quite like Buck Cherry. So you and a friend in the intimate setting for Buck Cherry as they sing Crazy Bee and Lit Up. Right there in your face. It'll be an intimate setting right in your face. All right, Rob on Rubio, we'll do that. Your phone calls on Langford, your phone calls on 18, whether or not you like Cam Johnson, whether or not you think the Pacers will find a rotational guy at 18, and how important is it to do just that? Anything I just hit, 239-1070. Your chance to win stuff. We got guests, Kevin Bowen, hopefully Matt Painter, Andy Katz, hopefully before the end of the day. If not, maybe tomorrow before the end of the day as well. We shall see. Back with you next.
Powered by the Hubler Auto Group, a dealer to help the people. Shopping for a new or used vehicle? Click drivehubler.com for Indiana's largest selection and best deals. Hubler has it all.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
An effective defense often hinges on sophisticated strategies relating to income tax projections, business valuations, spousal support claims. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Indianapolis area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 317-322-0122 or visit online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Indianapolis. Cordell & Cordell, 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1100, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
Message and data rates may apply.
Ever look at your paycheck and think, there's gotta be a better way? Well, here's some news. There is, and I can show it to you. I'm Paula Sajan, star of A&E's hit TV show, Flip This House. My brother and I have taught thousands of people how to start making money in real estate. Now, it's your turn. Next week, we're conducting a free 2-hour educational workshop right here in the Indianapolis area, where you'll hear about my proven flipping systems that help you start flipping homes for profit in your spare time using other people's money, and how to get started flipping the script by putting money in your pocket with income opportunities. Real estate is a powerful tool that has made millions of people wealthy, but you can't start making your first dollar until you take your first step. Come to my free workshop and take advantage of this amazing opportunity. It can mean a lifetime of financial security.
To get 2 free tickets to Paul's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 37,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 37,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Paul's Money for Deals guide. Just text your zip code to 37,000.
Hey, it's Mel with Indiana Originals. I wanted to make sure you know that Hoagies and Hops moved to a new family-friendly location. You can find all your favorite grub and get chili water brews on tap at 42nd and Boulevard Place near Butler's campus. Christina, what makes your food so special?
We ship in our bread from South Jersey. The meat, the pickles, and the chips all come from Philly or the PA Dutch country. And we actually use house-shaved Delmonico ribeye on every cheesesteak that you get at the shop.
The 4th annual Hoagie Eating Contest is Saturday. Join the fun and help out our Hoosier veterans. Learn more at hoagiesandhops.com.
Looking for a jackhammer of a deal? At Tom Wood Ford's Road Construction Inventory Reduction Sales Event, we're bulldozing prices. 2019 Fiestas under 10 grand. 2019 Escapes from $17,995. 2018 EcoSport $16,995. Up to $17,000 off MSRP for 2019 F-150 pickup trucks. All with lifetime powertrain coverage. Tom Wood Ford, the home of guaranteed credit. Interest rates as low as zero. Tom Wood Ford's Road Construction Inventory Reduction Sales Event. We're paving the way to great deals now through June 30th.
Do you have Medicare and Indiana Medicaid? With Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, you could be getting so much more. Anthem may provide up to $2,000 towards dental, $0 copays on many prescriptions, and up to $1,320 for over-the-counter healthcare items. Get more out of your Medicare and Medicaid coverage. Switch today. Call 866-649-8826. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is an HMO special needs plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield depends on contract renewal.
When couples come into Shane Company looking for an engagement ring, they simply can't believe how many rings we have, especially if they've looked somewhere else. Hi, I'm Rorden Shane.
And I'm Alicia, our lead designer. My team and I want to make sure everyone finds a ring they fall in love with. That's why we have over 1,000 exclusive styles for every budget. From classic solitaire rings to impressive halo looks to beautifully detailed vintage styles. You'll have more rings to choose from at Shane Company than anywhere else.
We also have the largest selection of loose diamonds, hand-picked for their superior sparkle. If you prefer a center stone with color, we have the most beautiful loose sapphires in the widest range of colors, as well as vibrant red rubies, all hand-selected by my father for their exceptional color and brilliance.
With so much more to offer, you can easily build a ring that fits your style and budget. After all, a friend would want you to have the most beautiful engagement ring in the world.
Now you have a friend in the diamond business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Homes are selling fast, and if you haven't found your dream home, listings are coming onto market daily. Get a leg up on your competition and get pre-approved in 5 minutes at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Sports with Dan Dockage.
David Cohn, do you think you could do the same things now that you did then, or even close?
No, definitely not. That's
right.
A great question. I kind of feel for these guys nowadays. It seems like most of the players, they go back to their hotel rooms when they're on the road and they play video games instead of where we're going out. We go have dinner on the road. We go to a bar afterwards. We take over the place. And, nowadays, there's just no way these guys can get away with that.
Dan Dockage, weekdays noon till 3 on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Weekdays 3 till 7 on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
I don't know why I'm playing Panic at the Disco so much around here. JMV at 1070thefan.com. My man John Martin writes this, big IU fan. As you know, I think Romeo needs a fresh start far away from Indiana for his sake. That being said, if he's there at 18, I don't think the Pacers should pass up on his upside. I'd let her go right there. I'd let her go right on by. JMV cannot confirm that Otis Campbell is responsible for running into the Mayberry squad car. Remember, they talked Otis out of having a driver's license and buying a car back in the day because Matt and Avon, they were afraid of that. They played him. JMV, if the Pacers are going after a mid-grade free agent point guard like Rubio, I'd rather have Patrick Beverley, and so would I. What's Beverley shoot from 3? He is a pest. I think the Pacers do need a pest. And you guys would all be happy, too, because Lance was a pest and everybody loved Lance. Beverly's kind of a version of Lance with that respect. Hey, Mike, I'm down with that.
Shot 40% from 3.
Patrick Beverley. All right. We're talking. Hey, JMV, I can't imagine giving up Miles on a team-friendly deal when there's no slam-dunk prospect at number 4. That screams rebuild, Jonathan. That's exactly why I brought that up yesterday. That's what that whole rumor that was dropped yesterday by Kevin O'Connor sounds like to me. But again, we may not even be getting close to the accurate story here either. Keep that in mind. JMV, we understand your concern here, but we haven't heard from any of the pro Hit the Mayberry squad car people yet. Like the first thing I saw, because the comments, let's face it, I mean, the comments after any story are always choice, right? And you just always know that you're going to get with certain things, knuckleheads and knobs, and some are trying to be funny and they just missed the mark, and others are just complete douchebags. That's just kind of what happens. And there's just no way around that either. But anyway, I was reading it, and the dude said, well, why don't they try parking the car legally? I thought, well, why don't you try not falling asleep behind the wheel? Why don't you try not driving drunk? Why don't you try that? I think I'd rather try that. I think that's a better path to take. We'll try that. Don't fall asleep while driving, and don't drive drunk. I think both are better suggestions here than, hey, why don't you park that car someplace else? It's the car's fault. It's the parking spot's fault. No, I mean, it's the knob behind the wheel. Anyway. And it's not Otis's fault either. Rob on Rubio at 239-1070. Hello, Rob.
Hey, JMV, how you doing?
Rob, I couldn't be better. Thank you.
Bear with me. There's lots of storms down here in Hatchet Land. So
is it storming down in Davies County right now?
Big time, big time. No, I woke up this morning and I saw that Rubio story, and I just wanted to about throw out a Randy Moss. Come on, man, are you kidding me? So I don't know. He's just barely an upgrade over Carlson in my eyes.
I like at face value. And again, there may, if it's true, there may be more around it, or it just may be absolutely false. But just for face value, it was definitely a WTF for me. But I don't dislike the dude either. I mean, I like him as a player. I don't mind. But for this team and their needs, I don't get that part of it.
Let me ask you this question.
Yep.
In the big scheme of things, will Simon ever really, really spend money to keep the Pacers out of this, that, 4 or 5 seed, or eventually championship caliber?
Well, I mean, he's not going to go into any luxury tax threshold, so hasn't and won't, and that's it. I mean, if that's what you're asking me right there, that's not going to happen unless there's a complete change in philosophy.
I take Johnson at 18 over Romeo.
And here's the thing:
you
may if they like Johnson, if that's your guy, you could probably get him later. That's somebody you could probably trade down for, to be honest with you. But I mean, who knows? So anyway, I just scoring, shooting. That's the kind of premium I'm looking for right now. So that's the guy. If somebody asked me, that I would have interest in.
I think he'd be more impactful than Leaf was.
Well, I don't know how much that would take at this point. How much would that take?
And
you know what? Thank you for the call. I appreciate that. There are times that I'm a little split. There are times when I think Leaf should play more. You'll see him sometimes and you go, why doesn't he play more? You'll see him sometimes and you wonder, especially when you have all these expiring contracts, what's going to be needed. So maybe this guy should get more clock. But the problem is, if the guy deserved more time, you would think that the coach and the staff and all those incredibly smart basketball folks would give him more time. I mean, I'm with you. I mean, especially when the whole expiring contracts kind of slap you in the face and you're thinking, all right, there might be a scenario here where nobody comes back. So what do we do? What do you do? How do you fill out the gaps on the roster? But listen, there are times when he plays and he does a couple of things I'm thinking he should get more time. But then you have to ask yourself, why doesn't he? Because these guys that coach him up clearly don't believe that he's deserving of that time. Maybe that's coaching malpractice. Maybe not. I think we've seen enough of Leaf not doing enough to understand the whole coaching philosophy on him. But, I mean, you've really kind of run your course on it. Rob, thank you for the call, too, by the way. I mean, you need him to be rotational worthy this year. You need him. Travis Ray says, just opened up, all hell with rain and Speedway. So that means in about 2.5 minutes, it's going to be here. It's dark downtown, too. I got out there and mowed about 6 acres this morning because I knew this is coming. And, we've had it's the only dry day we've had since March. Does anybody else around here get up in the morning and mow 6 acres and then come into work? No. I should say not. I'm kind of manly. Hey, Kyle, am I manly? Yeah. Oh, yeah, thank you. By the way, shout out to Kyle, the producer, because yesterday his guys at the new home, the homestead, got the sod down so the sod can take full advantage of what is just about to hit it on the far northeast side. Well done. Sod makers. Yaney writes this, JMV, first off, shout out to my Hamilton Southeastern Royals on their first state title in baseball. I wish we could have won as a smaller school back in the day before class baseball was instituted. What are your thoughts on the Ricky Rubio rumors? At a number of 12 mil per year or lower, I like that we can get some more shooters. We need more than just bogey. My thoughts on Romeo is that we need to let him go to another market. Not sure if he can handle all the local pressures. Yeah, it's a bad idea. Drafting Romeo Langford here is a bad idea. And I promise you this. And, a lot of other people, a lot of other loudmouths or writers or talking heads will not promise this because they can't back it up. I can. I promise you that if he goes someplace else and he turns into something or lives up to expectations and everybody around here goes, oh, woe was us, I will not blame the Pacers because it's my idea. My idea to let him go. Best case scenario for him is to let him go. I promise I won't double back and hope that you forgot or hope that I'm smart enough to Jedi mind trick you, which, listen, nobody behind the mic is smart enough to do that unless you're just really stupid. I promise. Promise. All right. I need a break here. Can I come back and get some phones here? Kevin wants to talk Donnie Baker. You know that Donnie Baker, I got a cease and desist to having Donnie Baker on this show. Yeah. Because he came on and we were promoting an event here. He was doing a stand-up event, and I think he was in a contractual squabble with the Bob and Tom Show folks, and he came on and he said, well, in his Donnie Baker voice, he said he admired Christy Lee all these years, not for what people thought, but because she sat next to Tom Griswold all these years and never got pregnant. And then the next day, I got a lawyer letter. And that was all for Donnie Baker. The next day, Charlie Morgan calls and says, well, I don't think you can have Donnie Baker on the show anymore. Here's the letter. Donnie Baker is actually a really good friend of mine, too. Anyway, Kevin, John, Elijah, Travis, Kenny, we guys get you going. We got a lot of room for calls. We'll see if Matt Painter can join us coming up at some point in the 4 o'clock hour, but me and you, other side next.
Join us Thursday, July 4th for the IPL Downtown Freedom Fest. Kids will love the Royal Penn Entertainment Kids area with face painting, carnival games, and more. Details at 1070thefan.com.
Hi, I'm Chuck Jones with Bill Esther Chevrolet, and I'm with Tony Kanaan, Indy's adopted son.
Chuck, we had some fun in May, didn't we?
Yes, we did, TK. So much so that we are doing it again this month.
What kind of deals do we got?
We have 0% interest for up to 84 months on new Chevys.
84 months, no interest? That's huge.
Also, get up to $4,000 more for your trade. We need some trades, TK.
Man, that sounds like it.
So find new roads to Bill Esther Chevrolet or online at BillEsterChevy.com. Just ask for the TK deal.
Shopping for an engagement ring is easier and more affordable than ever, thanks to Diamonds Direct. Diamonds Direct is no ordinary jewelry store. It's a world diamond powerhouse with enough diamonds to supply up to 30 traditional jewelry stores. One of the largest selections of GIA certified diamonds in America, right here. And at Diamonds Direct, you don't have to make or settle for a boring mass-produced cookie cutter ring. We have all the top designers like Tacori, Verragio, Henry Dossi, Michael M., Simon G., and dozens more. We'll help you get her the ring of her dreams and make sure you stay in budget, because value is what we're all about. Our no middleman direct importer diamond prices are the best in the nation, guaranteed. You just can't get any closer to the source than Diamonds Direct. And the value doesn't stop when you make the purchase, because every ring comes with a free lifetime warranty, free cleaning, free sizing, free repairs for life. Diamonds Direct, lowest diamond prices, and so much more. Keystone at the Crossing, where Indy gets engaged.
Down on the farm, we're always picking what's fresh. You can too. Come on in for Bob Evans Pick 2 combos. Half sandwich combos, soup and salad combos. Over 100 Pick 2 combos starting at just $5.99. Put your Pick 2 together for lunch and dinner. For here or to go. Soup, salad, sandwiches. It's Bob Evans Pick 2 combos.
Bob Evans, down on the farm.
Johnny, for 1 hour heating and air conditioning, that's 844 1 hour. Great time. Take advantage. Make sure that HVAC is working the way that it should. Hot and humid has been a problem. Hey, just walk this off, why don't you, Red Legs, for me? Why don't you do it? Walk it off. Heat and humidity will be an issue at some point. Make sure you're good to go with 1 hour heating and air conditioning. That's 844 1 hour. I'm telling you, I can watch, do a little play-by-play, watch a walk-off, and tell you where you need to go to make sure your cooling unit's running the way that it should. That's 844 1 hour, 1 hour heating and air conditioning, 844 1 hour today.
Are kids better off in an intact family? You bet they are. This is Joe Cordell of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. Kids living in a household with married parents do better in school, they're emotionally healthier, and they're more likely to stay out of trouble with the law. If you're in a troubled marriage, of course you should do everything you can to save your marriage, if only for your kids' sake. This includes considering alternatives to divorce. Of course, in some circumstances, divorce is unavoidable. In either case, if you're a man facing a crisis in your marriage, let us help you at Cordell & Cordell. Remember, we're the partner men can count on.
Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Indianapolis area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 317-322-0122. Or visit online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Indianapolis. Cordell & Cordell, 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1100, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46204.
Indy 11 hosts Grateful Dead Night at Lucas Oil Stadium this Saturday. Details on pregame concert by Starcat, specialty merch, and more at Indy11.com/Grateful Dead.
The NTT IndyCar Series battles Road America. Sunday at noon on FM 107.5, The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
Who sucked out the feeling?
On FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Hey, welcome back. Red Legs just go walk-off style. Couple of two-out hits tied up, and then the game winner by Jesse Winker. And a three-game sweep of the Astros, which makes the host of this show very happy. Yeah, I think both were first pitches, too, weren't they? Little three-game sweep of the Astros right there. Not bad. 239-1070 is the number. Let's start running through some calls. Kevin wants to talk Donnie Baker. That sounds fantastic. What's up?
JMV, how are you?
Great. How you doing, Kevin?
Doing okay. Hey, I got to know, how much did you pay Donnie Baker to name drop you on Bob and Tom this morning?
Oh, did he name drop? I didn't know that he did, because I didn't talk to him.
His old cousin had a wolf, he said, growing up, named James Michael Vincent. So I just want to know how much you have to pay him to name drop you like that.
Yeah, we don't talk as much as we used to. But I mean, hell, we used to work together back in the day too. So he's a very funny dude, but he's not. For some reason, it's silly. They don't allow him to come on and promote his events around here anymore because of that one moment. So yeah, me. Yeah, he told the damn joke. I didn't. I just kind of laughed at it, and I love Christy Lee, and I just kind of laughed at it, and apparently Tom didn't. So, and it still isn't.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta check my turtle line, so I'm gonna get off here.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't know I got name dropped on Bob and Tom. That's great. Need more of that. It's from Litzy. The Reds are on fire. That's 4 in a row. And I'm telling you, Houston's as good a team as you're going to find normal circumstances. It's a good 3-game set right there.
Reds are only 5.5 back of.
Tell me all about it. The Cubs coming up this weekend. Feeling good. Yeah, that was a big one right there. John's talking NBA draft at 239-1070. John, go ahead.
Oh, hey, yeah, real quick.
Yep.
If the rumors are true that Vic's rehab is going good and that he could be back by maybe early part of December, late, maybe mid-December, if Carson Edwards is sitting there at 18, would you pull the trigger?
I wouldn't at 18. I mean, if I really did, by virtue of the workout and what I like about him, if I wanted him, I would trade down. The problem is, I mean, how comparable would Holiday and Edwards be in this case to you? I'm just thinking out loud to you, and nothing against him. So.
Hey, and real quick, a quick Q95 story. I called in one time because I didn't know the name of the lead singer of Skid Row. And Laura Steele told me to get a life, loser. So, yeah.
Laura Steele was mean. Laura Steele's never been mean to anybody in her life, but she was to you?
I don't know. I guess must have gone on the wrong day or something. Yeah, me and Buddy were driving into work, and we couldn't figure out who the lead singer of Skid Row was. So I called in, and she says, get a life, loser. Sebastian Bach. I'm like, okay.
She used to get mad at me because I used to rip on Aerosmith all the time being overrated. She hated that. Hated it. I would talk about Aerosmith being overrated, and she didn't like it. But no, we're good friends. I'm surprised that Laura Steele went that way. Huh.
Yeah, I must have gone on a bad day. I don't know. So,
John,
have a good day, man.
Call anytime. Thank you. Laura's got to get all over my man John about not knowing Sebastian Bach. Did you know the lead singer of Skid Row? Hey, breaking news. Kyle didn't know the lead singer of Skid Row. Elijah is talking Pacer rumors at 239-1070. Elijah, go ahead.
First of all, I just want to say something about TJ Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
I think Leaf is a victim of these sort of short rotations NBA is going to. You know, they're going to like 8 or 7 men sometimes. But I think you could throw Leaf into a sort of 3-and-D guy like Danny Green. Sam stand in the corner, knock down open shots, and play a little bit of defense.
I'm glad. Hey, stop right there for one moment. I want to ask you this, and hopefully your phone cooperates here, but I do want to ask you this. Do you think that TJ Leaf not being ready as of yet is more of a product of him not being good or him not getting enough of a chance?
I do. I think it's a little bit of both, and also how he's being used. You know, Leaf, he's a power forward, but what you essentially have is a scoring small forward. You know, he's a three-point shooter. I think they should use him like that, like a Kyle Korver or how Danny Green was used. You know, 3-and-D, have him stand there, put a body on someone on defense, and shoot open shots in the corner. It's all about how you're used, honestly.
Elijah, what else?
So everyone keeps saying that Rubio is not an upgrade over Collison, and that's one of the dumbest things I think I've ever heard. I watched every game last year with Darren Collison, a point guard. I love him. I just don't think he has court vision. And that's something you need on a championship team. I don't know how many times I watched him take the ball at the top of the key, dribble down to the baseline, give up 2 or 3 wide open opportunities, and then dribble back to the free throw line and take a contested jumper. The guy doesn't have the court vision to play point guard at the NBA, and Ricky Rubio definitely does. The only problem is you can't overpay for him. You have to have money to have other scorers around him. That's the only way you're going to make him worth anything.
Well, you know, my philosophy on this has been, I don't even care. I'm not even looking for a 1. I'm not looking for, and I know that this is, again, contrary to what Kevin told us about a month ago. He wants somebody that can make other guys better. I mean, he is looking for that. I'm looking for somebody that can score, somebody that is a threat. I don't care, you know, if you're a 1 or if you're a 2. I mean, we'll talk about all that later. I just want to get scorers and shot makers on the floor, and that's where my thought on Rubio ends right there. because he's not. I mean, he doesn't get guarded very much, and that's the issue to me. That's what doesn't go along with what I think is necessary for the Pacers. That.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something. He's not a score-first kind of guy. He's a real traditional point guard.
Right, and
So
see,
I
I'm talking about. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm talking about, Vic, and for example, D'Angelo Russell's a guy I like. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you're 1 or a 2. Just get people that are threats on the floor more often. That's what I'm looking for right there, more so than anything else.
Yeah, I don't think Russell's out of the question. The Pacers, with all the expiring contracts, have a lot of cap space, and I really don't see the Nets extending an offer. They didn't extend a qualified offer to Russell. I don't think they're going to match any kind of big contract that goes this way because they're going for Irving. I mean, I think if you give Rubio $10 million, maybe even less than that, you got a Bojan. Bojan wants to stay here. Hopefully he'll stay for a pay cut. A lot of teams want him, but I think he wants to stay in Indy. You get both those guys on the low, you will have room for a max deal to throw at D'Angelo Russell. And if you were to say yes, man, that's a bad backcourt. That's one that can definitely probably go to the Eastern Conference Finals, something with Oladipo and Russell.
Elijah, thank you for the call. I appreciate that. I'm not a hater at all of Ricky Rubio, but it's just that's not what I'm looking for with these guys. I don't even know how unconventional that is. I guess we're calling my theory unconventional, but I want threats. They need threats on the floor. Not guys that, you continuously on defense go onto the screen and don't give a crap if the dude pulls the trigger and really, compared to anybody else on the floor, probably feel good when the guy pulls the trigger. JMV. No one else mows and then comes to work because everyone else makes enough money to hire it done. Wait a minute. You can't tell me that everybody out there is getting their lawn mowed. Come on. You got to man up. You don't get it hired done. You do it yourself. It's all about the manly satisfaction. And with the mower shop in Fishers, it's about getting it done quickly. Now, I get mine done in 45 minutes. I cut like 6 acres today. And I was cutting with the Toro from the mower shop in Fishers at about 45 miles an hour. Oh, man, you got to be manly. Do it on your own. It's a do-it-yourselfer. Make you feel good. Travis, Kenny, other side, Kevin Bowen, and hopefully Matt Painter at some point. I'm going to text him in a second to see if he can join us and talk a little bit about Carson Edwards. We're back with you next.
June is Men's Health Month, and locally owned and operated Men's Health Solutions reminds you ED treatment doesn't have to be expensive. 317-975-3945.
Hey, it's JMV. For a relaxing and affordable staycation, visit Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina on beautiful Lake Monroe, located in Fairfax State Recreation Area. Four Winds features beautiful guest rooms, many with fantastic views, indoor-outdoor heated pool, mini golf, hiking, a private beach, and boat rentals. Book a 3-night midweek staycation for just $249. Book at fourwindslakeside.com or call 812-824-BOAT. Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina, one of the all-time favorites. Tell them JMV sent you.
Hey, my wife loves air conditioning. No, I mean, she really loves it. I can't get her out of the house for anything. I said, honey, that mulch pile is not going to get spread by itself. Then it hit me. It seems like all this started when I turned to the experts at Carrier and had Howald Heating install a new Carrier Infinity air conditioner in my home, which cools like none other and dehumidifies like a champ. I mean, I get it. I understand where they're coming from now. Efficiencies that keep energy dollars in your pocket. Honey, scoot over. Give me 5 minutes just to close them up. Remember Howald Heating and Air. Coming home never felt so good.
The beautiful game gets groovy this Saturday, June 22nd, when Indy 11 hosts Grateful Dead Night at Lucas Oil Stadium. Truck on down at 5 p.m. when Starcat plays tunes by the Dead and Jerry Garcia Band at the official tailgate concert presented by the Mousetrap. Ticket packages with 11 and death-themed scarves and posters are still available at Indy11.com/Grateful Dead, and special tie-dye t-shirts will also be available at the game. Saturday's Grateful Dead Night starts a 3-game week for your Red Hot Boys in Blue. Visit Indy11.com to save your seats today.
Hubler has it, savings. Hubler has it, choices. Hubler has it all.
Indiana's auto giant is changing car buying forever. Introducing a warranty so huge.
You can drive around the world 8 times and still be covered. It's Eubler Auto Group's massive 10-year, 200,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Shop any new vehicle at all Eubler locations with the warranty included. Chevys, Buicks, GMCs, and Fords. The warranty's included. Acuras, Hondas, Nissans, and Mazdas. The warranty's included. The Eubler family has helped Hoosiers for 60 years, and we're not stopping now. Visit driveeubler.com for the perfect car and our 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty. As Indiana's auto giant, Eubler has it all. Why buy anywhere else? You're invited to Eubler. Click driveeubler.com. Warranty available on new vehicles, except certain models, not transferable or available on leases. A copy of the warranty is available for review at the dealership.
Roy was a 64-year-old retired school teacher diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Roy trusted his doctor to prescribe medication for the symptoms and pain. He received the medication he needed, never knowing his doctor was stealing money by filing false Medicaid claims in Roy's name. Roy was one of 10 terminally ill patients exploited by dishonest doctors to bilk Medicaid and Indiana taxpayers for hundreds of thousands of dollars, even after the patients had died.
Imagine this without the Office of the Indiana Attorney General creating a Medicaid fraud control unit and aggressively going after those who prey on our state's most vulnerable. Since 2017, the Office of the Indiana Attorney General has had well over 70 convictions and recovered over $48 million of your hard-earned tax dollars. Go to hereforhoosiers.org and learn how your tax dollars are being saved and our senior citizens are being protected.
At the crossroads of America, the Office of the Indiana Attorney General is here for Hoosiers.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis.
Hey, join me tomorrow. Mike Wells is going to join. We're going to talk about the Colts. We'll also talk Pacers with Wells because that's what we do. And the draft is tomorrow, so we will talk about it ad nauseum.
The Ride with JMV.
Chicks dig me because I rarely wear underwear, and when I do, it's usually something unusual.
On FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
I'm John. Thank you for joining us. Hour 2. Hey, your calls. We got NBA draft conversation. We got free agency. Conley out of Memphis. He's on his way to Utah. That means Ricky Rubio is looking for a new team, and Kevin O'Connor said yesterday at The Ringer that the Pacers, one of the targets, I think the way that he put it was a target for the Pacers, Ricky Rubio. So kind of gauging that particular rumor right now. I ask if at 18 Romeo Langford is available, should the Pacers draft him or should they let him go? I have said let him go. And believe me, I hope the dude flourishes. I really do. I don't know him, but I hope the dude flourishes. But I think it'd be better off and there'd be more hope of him reaching what most thought or where most thought if he were to go someplace else and not here. Of course, we've been talking about the Pacer bench, been talking about TJ Leaf. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, rotationally speaking, you gotta give him something. And we've been gauging, whether or not it's Leaf being ineffective or the coaching staff that haven't given him much of a chance. What? I'm thinking if he was showing it that they would give him a chance, but a lot of you disagree with me. There are a lot of anti-Nate folks out there, too. And believe me, I mean, if this season doesn't go, expectations aren't met, the first person that's going to get it, it's going to be the head coach. There's no doubt here. No doubt. JMV at 1070thefan.com. JMV, mowing my lawn is one of the best hours of my week. I get an important task completed the way I want it. Nobody talks to me. I smoke a cigar. I drink beers shirtless and go really fast, which is pretty awesome. I mean, 25 miles an hour. Not that. I mean, I'm not mowing 25 miles an hour. But I have a beer. Can I have a beer while mowing, or is that wrong? Hey, it's on my back 40. I'll do whatever I want. JMV. I can't talk myself into Rubio if he's coming off the bench for the right price. I think you can do that. I'm not a fan of him starting. You got to keep in mind, this entire rumor is just based with our thought right now of, hey, this is what you really want to do. I mean, I'm all clear in looking into, other situations. I'm sure, clearly this wouldn't be the only one, right? All right, so how does it fit the puzzle? I mean, you have to see the rest of the puzzle. I mean, we don't even know if we have the accurate information, much less all the information. But it's easy to bring it up here, and it's easy to have an opinion on it. JMV, if your testosterone is overflowing after the 6-acre mow, listen to some of your late 80s, early 90s radio reads. Yeah, there's no doubt. Pretty brutal. JMV, I thought for years that the Mayberry squad car in Danville was sitting in the wrong spot not to get hit. I mean, it's been hit by somebody that has fallen asleep and somebody that was allegedly drunk. It's not the parking spot's fault. Good God. Oh, wait a minute. We got to blame the parking spot here. How can you have it there? Stop falling asleep at the wheel and driving drunk. That seems to be pretty easy. Redlegs get a win. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. They get a 2-out hit from Senzel to tie it, and then the game winner, the walk-off from Jesse Winker. 3 for 3 against the Astros. Day off for the Reds. They get the Cubs. Weekend set, Great American Ballpark coming up, and all of a sudden now that looks like a lot of fun. All of a sudden. All right, Pacers draft, Romeo, Pacers off season, rest of the NBA, Conley. Oh, yeah, I didn't mention LeVar Ball is banned from ESPN. Give me the report on that. Do you have the read in front of you? Kyle, hit the mic here. LeVar Ball has apparently been suspended or banned, did you say?
It just says there will be no LeVar Ball on any ESPN platform headed forward.
No more Ball. So it takes that. Do you have in front of you, it was the 30 seconds I was talking about, was it 2 days ago? Where he came on and he made a comment to Molly, what's her name, about, she said, hey, can we change gears? And he said, you can change my gears anytime. And that didn't go over well, apparently. So that was the straw. I mean, it was none of the other stupid, sensationalizing, egotistical, waste of time BS, but it was that. It was that. He and Stephen A. kind of nudging one another. Stephen A. acting like, oh, yeah, I'm tough, and I'm bringing the thunder here with my questions, and these guys are having beers afterwards. Just complete horse bleep. At least you don't have to see that guy on ESPN again, though. What a knob. You imagine that ESPN, one of the top stories was, which one is it? LaMelo? His son is going to play Australia. Who cares? Not any good anyway. Didn't he say he was going to be a number 1 pick? Has anything he said turned out to be right?
He said way back when that Lonzo's going to play for the Lakers. That's the only thing he's right about.
Travis is at 239-1070, so no more LeVar Ball on ESPN, which is a good thing. Go ahead, how are you?
Good. How are you, JMV?
Great, Travis.
Hey, I was just calling. I've been hearing the talk about Ricky Rubio, of course, and, an expensive backup. To me, he never showed me anything in his career to be worth $12 million. What's the deal with Aaron Holiday? Are we just not sold on him being a player? Is there a chance of giving him a chance on his rookie deal?
No. He's going to have to be a part of the rotation, but he's not going to be a starter.
Right.
I mean, if Rubio's coming in here, the assumption is that he is going to be the starter, and There are a couple of people like it. I just don't because it's completely against what I think the philosophy should be moving forward. But what do I know, right? So anyway, and again, this all couldn't be true. This all could be all BS. So
Right. And also, I was going to ask you, what do you think about the guy from Gonzaga, the guy from?
Oh, I love Rui Hachimura. I love him. I think he is going to be a good. Yeah, he's not going to make it down to 18 though. But I like it because he is still very raw. It's still going to take him some time. He's probably raw, and I'm probably covering the raw aspect of him being a little bit soft right now. But I do like him because he hasn't been playing basketball very long, and he is blessed with an NBA type of body, but he's not going to make it down to 18.
Right. Well, thanks for taking my call, JMV.
Thank you. And also, he's had a Jerry curl like Ready for the World, and I love those. I'm sorry. I love a great Jerry curl. I love Ready for the World. I loved Eric De La Salle. And Coming to America, love it. I tell you, I can't watch enough of the Chappelle Show and the whole True Hollywood Story with the late great Charlie Murphy. Not when he's doing the Prince thing. That is so great. Some of the funniest stuff easily in the past 20 years. And the Charlie Murphy Prince and the Charlie Murphy Rick James, some of the funniest stuff in the past 20 years, easily. From Kevin, JMV, I think Rubio is an upgrade over Evans for sure. Yeah. Kevin, you may be an upgrade over Evans. In fact, you probably are. That's what happens, though, in a do-over season. I mean, your guy gets injured, and we all kind of come to the conclusion that, hey, what are you going to do? Kind of put your hands up? They're still going after it, whatever. What can you do? Next year's, or this coming year, I should say, is not going to be that way. Not at all. Kenny, on line 5's at 239-1070. Kenny, go ahead.
What's up, JMV? How you doing,
Hello,
man?
Kenny.
I was calling about the Pacers, man, because right now they're talking about the number 4 pick. Cam Reddish would sound good if we was to go with shooting, because Blake McMillan do want more three-point shooting, and there's a lot of other shooters out there on the market that we can probably pair him with if we wanted to do it that way. As far as 18, if we don't get the number 4 pick, I don't know who will fall to us. Edwards sounds nice. Langford, I would rather him leave. I don't rather him be in a Pacer uniform.
Hey, Kenny, I want to ask you a question. My belief is that 4 on down, or in this case, 4, 5, 6, 7 is every bit an NBA level crapshoot as 18. Would you agree? In selecting them.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, because you never really. Yeah.
Well, I mean, in this case, like, I'm not sold on Darius Garland. I'm not sold on Kobe White. I'm not sold on DeAndre Hunter, Jarrett Culver. I mean, hey, good dudes, bits and pieces here or there, but are you going to find what is necessary to move up at number 4 in what you're looking for there? I just don't buy it.
Right now, with the Mike Conley trade going down, the only things out there, because I brought up D'Angelo Russell to you about 3 or 4 weeks ago when everybody was still talking about Kemba Walker.
Right on.
But D'Angelo will be a good one. Bradley Beal is still out there. I mean, because right now, it's really on Pritchard, how he want to take our organization. You know, I'm with keep Sabonis. If you can keep Sabonis and turn them together, draft Taco Fall. We need to cover up that middle because our division is full of big men. We need to do something. So at this point, I don't know how you want to take it. You know, it's really on Pritchard, but if he's going to go shooter.
What if you wanted to draft, how about Bol at 18?
I just don't know if he's injured. I don't know if he's. Do you think he'll make it through a full season?
I don't know if he could stay on his feet for a 5-second span. To be honest, that guy's always rolling around on the floor. He looks like a damn baby giraffe running around out there. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Just to stay on shooting, JMV. Also, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of turmoil going on in Houston. Would you be willing to bring Eric Gordon home?
I would be all about Eric Gordon. I would. I'd be all about. I like D'Angelo Russell really more than any scenario with a healthy and Vic being Vic type of situation. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a scorer. There's no doubt about that. Yes, I'd be all about Eric Gordon. And I mentioned Al Horford a little bit earlier. That's not going to happen. But do I have interest in Al Horford even at 30? Absolutely, because he is professional. He does it. He'd fit in here great. It won't happen. But people ask me if I like him, and certainly I do.
And Ricky Rubio is a good playmaker. I mean, I agree with the 2 or 3 callers behind, as far as Collins and court vision, because when he was good in three-point percentage, he did look for his shot more than he looked for open guys. So we do need a better playmaker, but again, it's all depending on what direction Pritchard want to go,
Yeah.
Do he keep Sabonis? Do we keep Turner? Do we go big? Do we go more three-pointers? So I think we might want to get our answer until we get to free agents, until we can start signing free agents.
Gotcha.
Because this draft can go anyway. But thanks, JMV, taking my call.
Hey, Kenny, thank you. Call anytime. Hey, by the way, I do want to clarify something. I said the Reds and the Cubs play this weekend. Thank you for correcting me on this, Dennis. I think I hit the arrow on the schedule and skipped to July.
You gave me a heart attack with that.
No, yeah, because the Reds are in Milwaukee.
Because I'm going to the Cubs game this weekend.
Yeah, so I'm giving everybody a heart attack.
I thought I brought the wrong date. You gave me a heart
See,
attack.
that's again me and technology. I hit this arrow and it skipped. It skipped all the way to July. I think. When do the Reds play the Cubs in Cincinnati on a weekend set? How would I have screwed that up? God, me and technology, dude. Hey, we'll say this. I patted myself on the back the other day because me and technology, I've remembered some passwords, and I remembered our wedding anniversary, which was impressive. When do they play again? Is it in July? How could I have possibly screwed that up? So, quick shout to Dennis for that, too.
End of June. Last weekend.
End of June. So I hit the arrow and it skipped to next week or something. See? Come on. Thank you, Dennis. Hey, JMV, you live on 6 acres? I don't live on 6. I live on a little over 3, but I had to mow. My neighbor is on vacation. So being the stud that I am, I go and make sure that everything's okay with the neighbor's lawn. That's what I do. It's what I do. So we mowed that bad boy today. Because you get about 5 minutes every day to mow when it's not raining or storming or incredibly wet. Hey, did you ever find out yesterday what DP Nats meant?
Yeah, I finally did.
I can't believe you've lived in Indiana this long and you've never been.
I'd never heard of it before.
I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to ask anymore. DP Nats. That came up on the show yesterday. Or DP Gnats. Corey said, did you remember your anniversary or was it after Tony wished you a happy? No, Corey, I was on top of it even before that. But we went out to dinner on Friday, my fam and him, and he keeps me updated on stuff. He does. So this is kind of what happens. It's from Elijah. Rubio can't shoot, but he can't score, and having a point guard with great court vision helps make others score as well, JMV. The elephant in the room is a coach who struggles to run a modern NBA offense. Listen, you're not the only one that brings that up. You'd be surprised who brings that up. Oh, you'd be really surprised who brings that up. One of these days I'll tell you who brings that up. Two. One would not surprise you. One really would surprise you. Brian at 239-1070 is next. Hello, Brian. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you today?
Great. Thank you for the call. Go ahead.
Hey, 2 things real quick. Well, first things first. So back to the whole LeVar Ball. I cannot stand LeVar Ball. I mean, I get it. I'm glad he's in his, with his kids' lives and everything, but my thing is, he's just trying to live through his kids for something he never really had. Granted, he had an NBA career, but, I mean, come on, man. He was not successful, and he's just trying to be something he's not.
Yeah, he's what we call an attention blank. That's just what he is. That's what he is. That's it.
Oh, for sure.
And you know, it's one thing, but I always thought, I mean, ESPN just gave him constantly a ridiculous platform to say ridiculous things, and then what happens when somebody that's a knucklehead like that, you get burned by it. And now you have to make the decision to cut him off completely. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you keep good and doing it, and you press the envelope, and you think you're cute, and you think you're funny, and you say something, and, now you have to ban the dude. So, it's their fault. I mean, they're the ones that kept asking him to come on, so it's their fault.
Okay, part two, real quick.
Uh-huh.
Regardless of draft pick and everything, if you had to pick between Romeo Langford and Carson Edwards, who would you pick?
I would, for the Pacers or just in general?
Stay for the Pacers.
For the Pacers, I would pick Langford because I think they have somebody in Aaron Holiday and Carson Edwards are too similar. So I would pick Langford.
Okay, how about in general?
In general, for a start, I love the desire that Carson Edwards has. I do. It's hard. I mean, people overuse motor and start throwing in all these basketball cliches because they think they're John Wooden Jr., but I think in his case that is. I like that. I hope that he is going to be as good a shooter as we saw this past year in the NBA, but I like his bulldog mentality. He is strong. He is quick, and we saw what guys like Fred VanVleet can do, right? Especially on good teams, already evolving teams, and what he added. So I think right now I like Edwards better.
All right, for sure. Hey, thanks. Have a good day and boiler up.
Thank you. I think right now I like Edwards better. That doesn't mean he's going to be better than Romeo Langford. It doesn't mean I dislike Romeo Langford. I just hope Romeo goes someplace where he hits the ceiling in which people thought he was going to hit. I hope. I hope he doesn't just flame out. I just don't think that should be here. Hey, JMV, if anyone wants to go fishing, there's a brand new lake that just appeared over here by 86th and Keystone. Hey, be careful. I don't want to say be careful. Don't drive through flooding water. Don't do it. Just don't. Turn around and go the other direction. Because you don't want to be that person all of a sudden and that takes your car down a stream that wasn't necessarily supposed to be a stream. Hey, quick one, too. I'll get back to the phones in just a second. So the Sycamore Summer Slam is coming up. It's a meet and greet for the basketball teams, both men and women. I'm going to do my show over there next Wednesday at the Landing over in Terre Haute. Food, drinks, activities, kids stuff, prizes, and I was talking to Coach Lansing a little bit earlier today, and then I talked to Jeff Rickard, so we're all good. And I'm going to go over, and a week from today, I'm going to do this show from Terre Haute, the Sycamore Summer Slam. I try to help them as much as possible, and I felt bad because I know Kurt wanted me to come over for their golf outing in May, and May's just a really bad month, and Greg has their golf outing in September, and September is equally a bad month. This is perfect right here. So the Sycamore Summer Slam, that is a week from today. And seriously, if you guys over in Vigo County or around the area want to come by and have a couple of drinks and hang out for a little bit, that'd be great. So next Wednesday, the Sycamore Summer Slam, it is at the Landing in Terre Haute. And if you need more info on it, let me know. Anytime I can help my Sycamore friends, I'm helping my Sycamore friends. Kurt talks Pacers at 239-1070. Go ahead, Kurt.
Hey, thanks, JMV. Just had to call in. Don't want to be bringing up the anything goes segment early here, but you were talking about knobs, and man, that Kevin Pritchard, he's probably got to be the biggest knob that there is, huh?
Why don't you like Kevin Pritchard?
I mean, this guy, I'm surprised he hasn't traded for a box truck of cool cigarettes by now. I mean, all these failed draft picks and, all these failed free agent signings or the lack thereof. When was the last time we actually had a productive draft pick? Was that Miles Turner?
Yeah, Miles. I think everybody feels good about Aaron Holiday, though. I mean, TJ Leaf obviously is an issue to this point. So, I mean, listen, he got Oladipo and Sabonis here. You don't like that? So
you got lucky on that one, though, JMV. We got it. I mean, Sabonis maybe, but we all knew that Oladipo was kind of an ancillary dark horse there, right?
Yeah, I tell you what, in that gig, I'm whatever it was, I'm taking it because it worked out to be savvy because he was in a no-win situation after Paul George stuck it to him like he did.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree, Jay. And when are we going to go ahead and get rid of the coach, Nate? When's he going to get out of there?
Well, if they don't win up to expectations this year, is going to be an issue. Make no mistake about that.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, that's all I had, JMV. I appreciate your time, man.
Kurt, thank you very much. Holy crap, Slep Rock. Who am I going to fire? I got to fire everybody? I think Brad Wells just called me. Brad Wells. I like Brad Wells, and he knows that too, but I'll be damned. My man tries to find every which way from where to try to make something about Ballard. There are just some things right now. Ballard is getting it done. There's nothing wrong with Kevin right now either. There might be down the road. I mean, you're just as good as what your last move normally. And that's all coming with expectations. You expect them to be better than your number one of Vic here, and those are the expectations. Like it or lump it. Damn. JMV, the NBA should just redraft the entire league every year. Roster turnover is already ridiculous. Go all the way and make the draft more interesting. Redraft every year. It's from Russ Nordberg. The light at Kessler and Benford is out. Drivers should find another route. Do you say route or route?
Route.
All right. If I say route, does that mean I'm a hillbilly? Okay. What's a hillbilly word that's pronounced where you go, hey, that person's a hillbilly? Is there one that I say? Like, here was one I used to say, and I tried to correct myself, jalapeno. I would say jalapeno. How about, who says code instead of cold? Or hoed.
I've never heard that.
Hoed instead of hold?
I have a friend from southern Indiana that would pronounce my name instead of saying Kyle, they'd say cow.
Cow?
Like C-O-W.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, you, what, Northern Illinois?
Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois, you guys have that Wisconsin-like accent, right?
Like Chicago.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Long E.
Yeah. All right, quick break and we'll come back. You guys are all about me right now. Don wants to talk Taco Fall. We'll do that. Taco Fall. I'm not in on Bol Bol. I am not in on Bol Bol. 7'3" and 210. Like, he couldn't, walk downtown today. He'd be blowing all over the street. Quick break. Back with you next.
When mortgage interest rates drop this low, people want options. And at the Home Loan Expert office, that's exactly what we give you. TheHomeLoanExpert.com.
Don't put up with a cranky old water heater. Time to get a new one and get happy. I'm Corey Kreitzberger, General Manager of Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Replace your water heater with us and enjoy 24/7 service, local, licensed plumbers, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Plus, we'll give you a free 10-year warranty upgrade. That'll make you happy.
Go with the flow, the local pros call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
Terms, conditions, and tax may apply. License CP 101-00018.
Beautiful game gets groovy this Saturday, June 22nd, when Indy 11 hosts Grateful Dead Night at Lucas Oil Stadium. Truck on down at 5 p.m. when Starcat plays tunes by the Dead and Jerry Garcia Band at the official tailgate concert presented by the Mousetrap. Ticket packages with 11 and Death-themed scarves and posters are still available at Indy11.com/Grateful Dead, and special tie-dye t-shirts will also be available at the game. Saturday's Grateful Dead Night starts a 3-game week for your Red Hot Boys in Blue. Visit Indy11.com to save your seats today.
Down on the farm, we're always picking what's fresh. You can too. Come on in for Bob Evans Pick 2 combos.
Love and Bob Evans Pick 2.
half sandwich combos, soup and salad combos. Over 100 Pick 2 combos starting at just $5.99. Put your Pick 2 together for lunch and dinner, for here or to go. Soup, salad, sandwiches. It's Bob Evans Pick 2 combos.
Bob Evans, down on the farm.
Fast, reliable internet. Is that important to your business?
We couldn't work without it.
At Comcast Business, we go beyond fast with amazing solutions and a great deal.
What kind of solutions?
Well, how about automatic 4G LTE backup for complete reliability?
I like the sound of that. What else?
Powerful Wi-Fi that keeps your employees connected, and bandwidth you can allocate between your customers and employees.
I didn't know Comcast Business did that.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Advanced voice solutions at affordable prices. How about business TV that keeps customers entertained?
Okay, I'm convinced. But didn't you say something about a great deal?
Right now, get started with 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for EcoBill and automatic payment. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without EcoBill and auto pay offer in 6/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Equipment taxes and fees extra. Subject to change. Backup limited to update hours.
Sandy Moore Toyota. It's in Avon. It's 5 miles west of 465. It's on US 36. All right. Ben Mendoza is the guy I want you to talk to. You look at what they have to offer. Let Ben and Robert, Scott, and the folks over there go to work for you. Hey, first things first, though. Log on, AndyMooreToyota.com or give them a call, 317-342-0583. You could do some research here. I mean, great deals. For example, a lease for $179 a month on a 2019 Toyota Camry LE. It is loaded and ready to go. And when the gas prices rise unexpectedly, you're going to cruise right by the gas station because the gas mileage is as good as you're going to find anywhere. How about a $179 per month lease right now? 0.9 APR financing for 60 months on the Camry LE. And let me tell you, Ben and the gang are going to give you deals across the board, whatever you're looking forward to. SUV-wise, you got the Highlander, you got the RAV4, you got the 4Runner like we have. All great and all at one place. It's one-stop shopping at Indiana's best. Andy Moore Toyota. It's in Avon. You tell them I sent you. 5 miles west of 465. It's on US 36.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Located out in Danville and serving Hendricks and surrounding counties, owner Danny Reinhardt says this truly is a family business.
My 3 children, Kevin, Corey, and Kim, they all work for me. I have another gentleman that's been with me since I started, Stumpy, and he still works for me. And then Brian come to work for us in 2006, and so we really, truly are a family business.
Give Reinhardt a call at 745-4526. Reinhardt is your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
Pressure, huge thing that we have to deal with every day on a dairy farm.
For Fort Wayne, Indiana dairy farmer Andrew Keenert, everyday challenges make life on the farm a humbling experience.
You have to deal with that pressure and work with it as best you can to make sure everything is done correctly.
He knows it takes a love of the land and a respect for the cows in his keep.
I love working with cows. I love working with dairy. I love working with family members. I love just being around the cows and taking care of them on a daily basis.
So what's it like working with dairy cows all day?
I get a personal connection with them. We have a special animal that we work with. We treat them like family members. We know if we don't give them the utmost care, they're not going to be around.
For Andrew, dairy is a lifelong reward.
I feel proud to produce the most perfect food in the world, milk.
Simple and natural. Milk, cheese, and yogurt, the real way to a healthy life. Learn more at winnersdrinkmilk.com. Every single day, dairy delivers for you.
Hi, I'm Tony Kanan.
And I'm Chuck Jones with Bill Esther Chevrolet.
Chuck, is it quiet this month without the sound of racing?
Oh no, TK. We have a huge summer sale going on.
What does that mean, Chuck?
We have all new Chevys priced to go and 0% interest for up to 84 months.
That's huge.
And we also have up to $4,000 more for your trade.
So where do I get the best deal this summer?
Find new roads to Bill Esther Chevrolet or online at BillEsterChevy.com. Just ask for the TK deal.
I had prostate cancer.
A PSA may have saved his life.
Ask your doctor about preventive screenings. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Sports with Dan Dockett.
Jason Benetti, who do you like as the best team you've seen in America?
This Yankees team that just came through, they're going to get Edwin Encarnacion, they're going to get Stanton, they're going to get Judge, and they're going to have the most ridiculous lineup we've seen in decades, I think.
This is old George Steinbrenner Yankees.
I don't know how you beat them. Right now, it's got to be hit the starting pitching around and hold on for dear life.
Dan Dockett, weekdays noon till 3 on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan. You're listening to The Ride with JMV.
This will be the high point of my day. It's all downhill from here.
On FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Ties a game with 2 outs in the ninth. And a ground ball back up through the middle, and the Reds win! The Reds win! The Reds are going to win the game and sweep the Astros!
Thumb, baby! Tell us all about it, Thumb. Redlegs Television Network. Fox Sports Ohio with the call. Reds sweep the Astros. That was Jesse Winker. Or if you've never heard of him before, Jesse Winkler. That also works. Jesse Winker with the walk-off single, scoring Nick Senzel with 2 outs, who just also with 2 outs tied the game up with a single. I believe, too, I'll have to go back and look. I believe both swings for the time for the win were on first pitches. That is some nice work by the Redlegs right there. 3 consecutive over the Astros, 4 straight overall. Covey in Monroe County writes this: bowl. Can I say bowl is worth consideration if available at 18? I know he only played a handful of games, but he was dominating with 21 and 10 and shooting 52% on 3 at 7-3. They probably will consider him. I'm not considering him, but I bet they do. And Cove, you might end up being right about that. I'm just telling you, I'm not considering him, but they probably will. What's he got? Got a sore foot? Hurt foot? He goes about 210. But they say he has skill, knocks down threes. My man's all legs. I think he's all legs. I think his torso starts at about the 6'11" mark of his body. It's from BT. So if the player sucks, Pritchard sucks. If they're good, he's lucky. JMV, crick instead of creek. Holler instead of hollow. You guys. Austin Denham with this. How about Oladipo, Beal, Bojan, Miles, Domas? I don't mind Bradley Beal. That is going to be a whole lot of cost right there, though. A whole lot of cost. I think I want Oladipo, Russell, Bojan, Miles, Domas. Yeah, I'm sold on D'Angelo Russell. Hey, JMV, we at Jacket Off Weather yet? 96th Street and Indy's newest river. Well, we're not because we're inside the broadcast window for the weather folks. So they're going to have the suit coats, or in this case, the jackets will be on. So Jacket Off Weather, not right now. It's from Jerry. I think the Reds are on fire. Kind of scaring me as a fan of the Cardinals. What are they, 5.5 back now? Oh, boy. That's from Michael Speaker. Is Kurt a schleprock? Kurt was very much a schleprock, but that's okay. I mean, that was his feeling. I asked for you to call up and give your thoughts and your feelings, and that's what you're doing. So you think it's cold in here? You just put on a jacket. You think it's cold in here? I don't think it's that bad today. Okay. I keep it at meat locker status in here.
I made an hour and a half today.
You did. I come in here, it's hot as hell. What do these guys do before me? And it was like sitting in a damn sauna. It was like breathe heavy on one another. From Alex Golden, JMV, if the Pacers miss out on a free agent this summer, I think they need to really look at the Jazz recent move for Conley and start making trades to acquire talent. That might be the only way, Alex. That might be the only way. I mean, we just kind of consider, right? No, this is what you got to do. Throw some money in. Here they come running, but most of us know around here that it's just simply not that easy. I mean, you can be just a crap show disaster like the Lakers, and I've said this all along, just a complete circus. Snap your finger, and everything for a moment's back to normal. I mean, you go from the outhouse to the penthouse, according to Vegas, by doing one thing. Why? Because you're the LA Lakers. That's why I like to see him fail. Screw that. I'm a hater because of that, too. That's all you got to do. You don't necessarily have to do really anything right. You can do everything wrong. I mean, hell, who couldn't run that organization? If Rob Lowe Jr. can, I surely could. How hard is it? Oh, yeah, screw it up. How hard is it? Now, where are we going here? Jacob's at 239-1070. Jacob, go ahead. How are you?
Hey, Jamie. First-time caller here.
Good to hear from you.
All right, just a couple comments on the Pritchard stuff from earlier. You got to love, if not really like what he's done so far with the team, you know, being dealt the Paul George situation. And then when you're picking 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I mean, those are rotation guys. You can't be looking for stars. You can't expect, 20-point game guys at that slot. And then just a quick comment on Ballard. Got a question for you, where he would rank on your list of NFL GMs. I would have him right up there with Belichick, around 2 or 3 probably.
Yeah, you're still going to win. And Jacob, call anytime, man. Thank you for the call. You still have to show more than just getting to the divisional round. I mean, last year was a really good start. Getting draft picks so early, hitting on Darius Leonard, reshaping, reformatting, the offensive line. I mean, hell, Ryan Grigson's probably someplace in the closet still trying to do that. I mean, what he has accomplished has been huge, but it's a step every year, and that's comparable to what we're talking about with Kevin Pritchard. I mean, Kevin in and under incredibly ridiculous Paul George circumstances, and I know everybody pats him on the back now. Oh, yeah, that's great. He tried to stick it to everybody here. No matter what you hear, it's exactly what was going on, sticking it to all of you. And to make out of that situation what he made was huge, a huge plus. And now you got to go next level. As I mentioned, last year was a do-over because your guy got injured, and then this year you've got heavy expectations from us, from everybody, from you, the fans. So now it's all about the next step. And for Chris as well, it's about that next step, all right? Look better now in the divisional round. Win your division. Get a tougher schedule. So, yeah, you don't have a lot right now to complain about. As far as where Chris might rank right now, I know that everybody in the NFL is really high on what Chris has accomplished, and rightly so, but it's still, and he will tell you the same thing. I mean, you're only as good as, your next game, your next season, your next results, because we are a fickle bunch. Don's on line 2 at 239-1070. Don, hello.
Hi, how you doing, JB?
Great, go ahead.
I just wondered, I haven't been listening to all these broadcasts about the draft and everything, but there's a guy I'm wondering about. He might be too soon to take him to 8 teams. I don't think they'll get him in the second round. That's from Michigan, Ignas Brazdeikis.
Ignatius Braggadocious. Yeah, the kid from Michigan who you're talking about. I thought, and I guess I am completely wrong, I thought he should have stayed in school, to be honest with you. So I wouldn't go after him.
You wouldn't. Well,
No, I don't know. I could be wrong, completely wrong, but he appears to be somebody that thinks, to me, he acts like he's a lot better than he is, but I could be wrong.
Well, I've just seen him play 3 or 4 games, and he seems like he's a go-getter, and he's got no fear. He's a hustler. And,
I would. No, if I'm the Pacers at 18, no. I'm not interested.
Okay.
I am not interested, Don.
Okay, I got one comment on Leaf too. You know, I don't know why he don't play. I'm not a basketball mind, but he's the only guy on the team that can get an offensive rebound pretty much when he wants to. And I think that's where they play now. He might be a little bit lacking on defense or something. They know more about that than I do, but
sure.
I think he should have been playing more.
Don, you call anytime, thank you. And that's kind of the argument here with TJ Leaf. I mean, has it been the coaching staff that has kind of held him down and why we're still wondering and questioning whether he's ready for rotational minutes, which he has to be this year, or is it his game? I would tend to believe the coaching staff as to why they haven't played him. It's because he wasn't ready, because they felt there was somebody better in front of him. But man, now is the absolute time. You got to have it now. You got to be rotational this season. Pat Marsh wants to know why so high on D'Angelo Russell. I'll bring that up. Don wants to talk about Taco Fall. We'll do that. Kevin Bowen in the 5 o'clock hour. Buck Cherry tickets for an intimate rock and roll experience inside Deluxe at the Amirah Old National Center. Tickets in the 5 o'clock hour, and anything goes at 5:32.
Join us Thursday, July 4th for the IPL Downtown Freedom Fest. Kids will love the Royal Penn Entertainment Kids area with face painting, carnival games, and more. Details at 1070thefan.com.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
An effective defense often hinges on sophisticated strategies relating to income tax projections, business valuations, spousal support claims. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Indianapolis area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 317-322-0122, or visit online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Indianapolis. Cordell & Cordell, 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1100, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
Chronic headaches, constant sinus infections, pain and pressure. The fatigue was overwhelming.
That's Karen. She suffered for years with chronic sinus infections. She'd go to urgent care, see her doctor.
And we would do the same thing. Steroids, antibiotics, nasal sprays.
Now, her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of Indianapolis Sinus Center called balloon sinuplasty.
Now my sinus cavities are open. You can breathe on a constant basis and not get sinus infections. I don't get headaches anymore. I don't take naps anymore. I'm like, oh, this is miraculous.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure? Is it difficult to breathe through your nose? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with the Indianapolis Sinus Center. Call 317-528-9650. 317-528-9650. That's 317-528-9650.
Message and data rates may apply.
Ever look at your paycheck and think, there's gotta be a better way? Well, here's some news. There is, and I can show it to you. I'm Paula Sajan, star of A&E's hit TV show, Flip This House. My brother and I have taught thousands of people how to start making money in real estate. Now, it's your turn. Next week, we're conducting a free 2-hour educational workshop right here in the Indianapolis area, where you'll hear about my proven flipping systems that help you start flipping homes for profit in your spare time using other people's money, and how to get started flipping the script by putting money in your pocket with income opportunities. Real estate is a powerful tool that has made millions of people wealthy, but you can't start making your first dollar until you take your first step. Come to my free workshop and take advantage of this amazing opportunity. It can mean a lifetime of financial security.
To get 2 free tickets to Paul's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 37,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 37,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Paul's Money for Deals guide. Just text your zip code to 37,000.
All right, time of year, thinking about relationships. And maybe yours, it's time to take it to the next level. You got to do it right. If you don't do it right, you're going to own it. You're going to wear it absolutely forever. You will never, ever have that forgotten. That's why you got to do it perfectly and do it perfectly right here and right now. And how do you do it? You do it at Diamonds Direct. Why? Because they're people that you trust. I know that's easy to say, but I'm going to give you lots of different reasons why. One is the selection is absolutely unmatched anywhere. I mean, you talk about all these places where everybody goes and this is what they do. I can flat tell you, because I've been with Diamonds Direct now for 9 years, what they do. They make my life and these big decisions better. I wish they would have been there 19 years ago, and then I wouldn't have hosed myself like I did. I needed Diamonds Direct then, but lucky enough, you have my advice, and you have them right now. The selection is absolutely unmatched. The quality unmatched. The education you get, just simply put, is an education. They're going to tell you exactly what goes down with it, so you know everything that the others don't want you to know. Guarantees and warranties and the price tag, you're not going to find any place better. And I'm all about you conserving your energy and time. Your time is very important. One-stop shopping is important to you. So if 2019 is your year of engagement, one place and one place only makes it easy for you. That's Diamonds Direct. Tell them I sent you. Keystone to Crossing.
We're approaching the halfway point of 2019, and if you need new transportation, you really need to find a new road to Penske Chevrolet. Now, you can take the old road, 96th Street or Keystone Avenue, and where they intersect, you're going to find great deals and great service. Now, here's just a couple of examples. Get a sign and drive lease on the 2019 Equinox for just $229. This is a 36-month lease at 10,000 miles a year. Now, if you'd rather buy one, Penske is taking 20% off MSRP. CJ Smith and Brett Rosie for all the details. The Silverado is so hot right now, General Motors is investing millions to increase the production of the Fort Wayne plant. And when Penske's offering a $199 lease on the Silverado LD or 0% financing for 84 months, you can see why. Penske also has 2019 Colorados and Traverses at 15% off and 20% off the all-electric 2019 Chevy Bolt. If you'd rather finance the Bolt, get 0% for 72 months and a $1,250 rebate. No matter how you do it, find your way to Penske Chevrolet at 96th and Keystone or online at PenskeChevyIndy.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly. I'm always being asked, hey Ryan, what is your favorite type of loan? And I got to tell you, there's something so special about helping a veteran get into their dream home. And that's why we created the Hero Loan. At Hero.loan, you'll never pay for an appraisal. We do all the VA paperwork for you, and we close VA loans in as little as 14 days. Get pre-approved today with our 5-minute loan approval, only available at Hero.loan. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Angels, Cardinals, Sunday Night Baseball. The coverage begins at 6 on FM 107.5, The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Are you kidding? You think I'd join this crummy snobatorium? But this whole place sucks. That's right, it sucks.
FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Oh, you can turn this up a little bit just for me over there, Kyle, if you want. A little crew. Dave Matthews Band tickets next week for everybody. Thank you, Kyle and Kimmy Edmonds over at Live Nation. You guys are awesome. Chris Middleton. I like Chris Middleton. Like Emax says, I've heard a lot of no from you. What do you like? I do like Chris Middleton a great deal. That falls into my high volume scoring category. He will be expensive. I've said this. I like D'Angelo Russell, and it was asked, why do I like him? Because he's over 21 points a game, because he's, over 4 rebounds, 5 rebounds, that neighborhood. He needs to shoot the 3 better, but he's a drive and dash type of dude. I know most are going to say, well, he's got similar assets to what you get from Vic. I think he and Vic in the backcourt would be dynamic. Good luck with that. He's left-handed, and that's going to F everybody up. Ooh, can I say that? He's going to mess everybody up. To me, I love that. If that were to work, I love it. Probably won't, but if it did, I'd love it. We've talked to Jay Michael about this before. I like a guy like Terrence Ross off the bench. He can be what Tyreek Evans was supposed to be. He around 18 a game. Those have been a couple of my thoughts so far. And you'll have more. Thank you, E-Max. Good to hear from you, brother. Anthony writes this. We don't know if Leaf can play, just like we don't know if Sabonis and Turner can play together. And, at least in part, that's on the Pacers. Sumner needs to play more. He and Leaf are going into year 3. Listen, all the above are going to have to be found out this year, right? And that says I had like an A through G reasons why this is going to be so difficult or challenging offseason for the Pacers. And, Anthony, you just mentioned like 3 or 4. Why it's going to be so challenging? Because every time you round a corner, there's I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, what about Vic? Well, we think, but, we don't know. Hey, what about Miles and Sabonis playing together? Well, we hope, but, Hey, what about Leaf? What about Aaron Holiday? Edmund Sumner. Because these guys are going to have to play. You lose all these guys. All these expiring contract guys, these guys are going to have to give you rotational minutes. I'm no longer on the fence about anything. It just score, and then score some more. Be a threat. Everybody needs to be a threat. But, there is a scroll of things that have to go right. That's why when everybody always talk, well, the Lakers are such a challenge and the Knicks and blah, 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 and Washington. Yeah, look at the Pacers situation here. And not only do they have A through G, but the expectations of them being good or better as they were 2 years ago are still there. That still applies. Good luck. Just make this crap up. Don's at 239-1070. Don, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great. I got a couple things I just want to say, more comments, and then you can reflect on everything I say. Or you can just rip my tail, whichever you prefer. Bojan Bojanovic, I think he has to come back. I would bring Lance Stevenson back, too. I really would. I think it'd be good for the team. I don't understand why everybody doesn't really give Darren Collison enough credit. Darren Collison has done a great job. He's played he's phenomenal. I love him. And as far as replacing him with Marco Rubio, no way. That'd be the dumbest thing we could do. On Bobo, I loved his dad, Manute Bol. I think that was his dad's name, right? And I think he's going to get injured just like his dad. His dad's got a really great story, and I really think that we should start. I think he's going to be like Jonathan Bender, Bobo, if we get him. I think he's just going to be a constant injury. And I think I don't understand why nobody's talking about Taco Fultz. When he played Zion Williamson in the NCAA tournament, they were neck and neck all the way through the game, and it was Taco Fultz that was the threat. And then when he fouled out, Duke got him. And I just think, we all talk about Zion Williamson, but Taco Fultz was taking it to him, and I know everybody's dismissing him. The NBA game is not a game for the big 7'6" player, and he's too slow or whatever, but I just thought he was a force down low, and I think his game could be used in the NBA more than what people are saying. I think they're overlooking him.
Don, thank you for the call. You call anytime, Don. Thank you. I think Taco Fall's way, way, way too slow for it. Way too slow. I know you guys want to talk about Marco Rubio. Sometimes that's what happens when you get on, man. I knew he was talking about Ricky, and I know Marco can't play a lick. I know. Yeah, I'm not a bowl guy either. What else was in there? Yeah, I don't like Ricky. Ricky Rubio I like, but Ricky Rubio, I'd have to see what else is there for me to go, oh, yeah, Ricky Rubio. I just have a different philosophy when I think offensively. than what a lot of folks do. Just a thought. I'll tell you what, Don, thank you for the call. We'll come back on the other side. Kevin Bowen, other side. Kevin Bowen, 1070thefan.com. We'll dive into a little bit of this, some of the Colts stuff. Rex Hogan moving on. You give it up to Chris. I mean, Chris said, it's a better gig for you. It's a step up. Go ahead and have at it. And somebody gets plucked from that organizational piece that Chris Ballard has put together out on West 56 going to the Jets. We'll hit that and a lot more in your chance at Buck Cherry tickets and anything goes at 5:30. Back with you next.
I'm Drew. I think freedom and financial stability go hand in hand.
At KeyBank, we believe it's never too early to start thinking about making financial progress.
As a college student, I run into a lot of expenses, so having a bank that helps me to manage my personal finances helps a lot.
KeyBank's digital tools help you make, then manage your budget, so you always know where you stand.
Budgeting your money isn't always the easiest thing, but by using the KeyBank mobile app and seeing where your money's being spent on a regular basis, it allows you to establish the amount of money that you can put towards different things. And that's more money that you can spend on things that you care about. To have freedom to spend your money the way you want to, the only way you can do that is by being financially stable.
Get $300 when you open a qualifying checking account and set up direct deposit. Offer details at key.com/get300 or your local branch. Must be enrolled in online banking to use the mobile app. Message and data rates from your wireless provider may apply. KeyBank is member FDIC.
Thinking about getting an in-ground pool this summer? Dan Dockage for Family Leisure. You have got to check out the 16 by 32 in-ground pool special they're running for under $40,000. This 16 by 32 in-ground pool includes all the equipment, the concrete decking, and the entire pool and the installation. I went to Family Leisure for my own in-ground pool, and I got to tell you, I love it. They're pros, and they make the whole process easy. In-ground pool sale going on right now at Family Leisure. Tell them I sent you.
Well, family and fun come together. Hubler has it, savings. Hubler has it, choices. Hubler has it all.
Hey, Brooke Hubler here with Dan Dockage.
Is it me or is there drama everywhere these days? On the news, on the field, everywhere.
That's why there's no drama at Hubler Chevy. Just great deals.
Yeah, Hubler has over 2,500 cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock, including 200 under $10,000.
Right now, lease a new 19 Silverado only $241 per month. A new 19 Equinox only $128 per month. Even a new 19 Trax only $76 per month. All with our massive 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty.
Hubler is Indiana's Chevy giant because they're home to the largest selection of Chevys in all of Indiana.
Hubler has it all at 5 Hubler Chevy locations. Let my family help yours find new roads. Call us at 888-221-5101 or click drivehublerchevy.com.
Hubler has it all.
39-month lease, $29.95 total due at inception on select models plus tax, title, and fees. See dealer for full details.
To get us out of the doldrums of this weather, Charlie at Payless Liquors says sell it, and that means you're going to get great deals right now on Jim Beam, just $25.99. Dewar's White Labels, $29.99. Bacardi 175s are just $19.99. Casa del Pollo 3-packs are only $3.99, and Miller Lite and Coors Light 9-pack aluminum bottles only $9.99 at Payless Liquors. 26 locations all around Central Indiana, online at PaylessLiquors.com. Don't pay more, get more, and pay less at Payless Liquors.
Your friend John here. Always. I know we got a ton of water out there right now, but is it good water? Is it great water? Is it the best water? I should say not. The best water is that of Connecticut and Customer Appreciation Days. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I did a live show up on the northeast side at their location, and it went over so well that they said, hey, how about we hold it over with the same deals? And I talked to Joe, John, and Dennis about this. And they said, sure, let's do that. Let's hold this over for the best deals out there. And you can get the Premier Series and the in-home drinking water station at a great price right now. And I want you to think about this. We're all about peace of mind, calm, cool, and collected. And we always have a little bit of a worry about what happens if something malfunctions and you have leakage. Well, they have a new phenomenal state-of-the-art leak detection system that will shut your system off within 5 seconds of leak detection. It's a brilliant thing, and only Connecticut offers that. So tell them that I sent you. The 2 locations on great deals, the leak protection and your peace of mind with great water and with the protection of your home from Connecticut. Northeast Side, Castleton, US 31 Southport Road, online, ConnecticutIndy.com today.
Discover downtown Indy like never before. June 29th, it's Indiana Sports Corp's Indy Ultimate, the ultimate adventure run-walk course with over 20 interactive experiences. Kick a field goal at Lucas Oil Stadium, run the bases of Victory Field, take center stage at the Indiana Repertory Theater, and ride paddle boats on the canal. It's 5 miles of bucket list fun. Registration includes a t-shirt, Indy Ultimate medal, virtual goodie bag, and admission to the post-race party. Saturday, June 29th. Register now at IndyUltimate.com.
And now, a thought from Geico Motorcycle.
It took you 15 minutes to order a California roll in California.
Yes, 1 California roll, please.
All right.
And be severely underwhelmed by the California roll experience.
Excuse me, is this fresh-caught crab stick?
To add insult to injury, you could have used those 15 California roll minutes to switch your motorcycle insurance to Geico.
Ah, well then.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis.
Soccer Saturday featuring Indy 11. If this is your football, this is your show. Saturday at 9 on The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
And you can tell Rolling Stone magazine that my last words were, I'm on drugs.
FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
I'm John. Thank you for joining us. Trackside tonight. Kevin, 7 o'clock. Kyle's over there. I'm John. I think I said that already. Who's better, Marco Rubio, Taco Fultz, or Bobo? Jared, and exactly. I'm sorry. I knew what the dude was talking about, and I'm not going to be your classic butthole and just rip into somebody about it, because frankly, I don't care. We all got a laugh out of it. It's just like you're sitting with your friends. We've all had friends that screw up names. We've all had friends that mess up the lyrics. We laugh about it and we move on. I'm just not going to be your just old, crusty fart classic butthole. Or I'm just not going to do that. I knew he was talking about Ricky Rubio and not Marco. I doubted from the start that Marco could play. I knew it was Taco Fall and not Taco Fultz. And I knew that it was Bo Bowl and not Bobo. From the lovely and talented Laura Steele. It's a good day when an ex-boyfriend texts to inform me you're defending me. Your caller said, I told someone to get a life over not knowing a lead singer's name. Never happened. Promise. Love you, JMV. My guy called a couple of hours ago and said that he was ripped by Laura Steele once upon a time on Q95, the rock station, because he did not know that Sebastian Bach was the lead singer of Skid Row. I've never heard Laura be mean to anybody in my life, ever. No, and I will say this, getting back to the whole butthole scenario here, you guys can be, all right? You guys can be, because I can have fun with it, and I've got thick enough skin. I'm not like hiding behind, I'm not Mr. Sensitive hiding behind, it doesn't bug me when it does. No, you guys have fun with it, but I'm not going to tear into the dude. I knew what he was talking about. JMV, which scenario would you prefer? Rubio, Middleton, and Ross, or Curtis Joseph? Curtis Joseph. See, I just screwed one up. Corey Joseph, DeMar DeRozan, Thad, or D'Angelo and Bogey. I'm going to go with Russell and Bogdanovich right there. Although you intrigued me, you gave me the threesome there of Rubio, Middleton, and Ross, which is intriguing, but I'm going to go Russell and Bogdanovich right there. I'm going to go Russell and Bogdanovich. From Lincoln, hey, JMV, Ricky can play some D, underrated in that department. Personally, I would throw the farm at Kyrie, which is D'Angelo Russell, Kyrie Jr., and trade Sabonis and the pick for number 4. I don't want anything to do with number 4, guys. I don't. I don't like Cam Reddish. I hope Cam Reddish turns into something great, but I'm not willing to trade number 4 to see if he's going to be something great. And frankly, I think 4 and beyond are basically a same, in this case, roll the dice. Russell, Oladipo, Reddish, Tobias Harris, Turner could make some noise. Thank you, Lincoln. Every time I hear Lincoln or see Lincoln's name, I think of the song Hot Rod Lincoln. Didn't Sugar Ray remake that back in the day? Am I a nerd because I just brought up Sugar Ray? Did you like Sugar Ray? You know who Sugar Ray was? Mark McGrath. He's a pretty boy. The Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, 1070thefan.com. He's our friend Kevin Bowen joining us. It seems like a cool deal that Chris went ahead and said, hey, you got an upgrade and a gig right here and let Rex Hogan go. Was it as good as what we read yesterday via Twitter, the all-knowing NFL folks?
I think it was a nice promotion for Rex Hogan. I think Rex knows himself that Ed Dodds is probably going to be here for quite a while. I think that Ed Dodds is a guy that, to me, he just seems content in the position that he is.
See, that's weird. I'm sorry to interrupt, Kev, and I want you to play off of this, but I think he's going to get gobbled up quick because of what he's done. I've been as impressed with him as anybody. I think somebody's going to have him run their organization sooner rather than later. Am I wrong?
No, I think Sooners are going to be after him hot and heavy come, whatever, January 1st or whenever you start seeing, I feel like GMs get fired now 12 months out of the year. But I just don't know if he wants to be a GM this soon. Like, he doesn't strike me as a guy that wants to be as, maybe as public-facing as a lot of GMs have to be in today's NFL. Like, I think at times, you and I have had the debate, like, does Chris Ballard even want to be as public-facing than he is? And I think Ed Dodds is even far less on that scale. So I think Rex Hogan looked at it as, okay, go be the assistant GM, which Ed Dodds is here in Indianapolis. Go be that in New York. And, he obviously has a lot of faith in Joe Douglas being able to turn that around. So I think a lot of teams will be coming after Ed Dodds. But I just don't know if he is just, even Ballard. Think about how many GM openings Ballard turned down before taking the job here in Indianapolis. I think Ed Dodds is going to be really picky.
I can't remember. What other gigs did Ballard turn down?
Chicago, when they went with Pace.
Right. Did he turn that down? Or was that one of those where he wasn't going to get it and he bowed out, or he could have gotten it, but he decided he didn't want it?
I don't know how to exactly define it. I guess maybe not turning down outright jobs, but turning down even interviews. To me, it would seem like a no-brainer. If you're an assistant GM, you might as well interview. Like, how's that really going to hurt you? It's great experience.
Understand
when that time comes. But I think that's what Chris more so turned down, knowing that they had a good thing built in Kansas City, and sooner or later he was going to get that dream sort of job, and that was stay in the Midwest and go be with a team that has Andrew Luck as your quarterback.
Maybe one more year and he'd have got that job right there in KC. I mean, that's weird. That's how the whole dynamic works. I mean, you see all these guys, all these guys. Brett Veach being another one, right? Brett Veach was from New Orleans, wasn't he? Was he in New Orleans before he went? I can't remember. Or was Ryan Pace in New Orleans? How did that work?
Pace was in New Orleans.
Okay,
yeah,
and
Pace was in New Orleans.
Veach was on the Chiefs. A part of the Chiefs organization? Correct. Okay. I always kind of get confused on that. But that whole John Dorsey thing was still one of the stranger things ever, because he'd built that team and you had all these assistant coaches. You had all these organizational heads that were getting interviews and people wanted him. And then that guy just so unceremoniously gets punted out of there. That was one of the more amazing things that I know people talked about, but I don't think made enough about at the time.
Oh, it's so odd. I mean, Chris Ballard only needed to have stayed another 5 or 6 months. I mean, Dorsey got fired in the summer. I'm pretty sure it was the summer after Ballard got hired. So Ballard hired in January. Dorsey fired, I think it was after minicamp, kind of similar to what this Jets situation was as well. I mean, so many things fell into place, obviously, with the GM hiring and then the head coaching hiring that came another year later. But, yeah, that one to me was always a big-time head-scratcher of, okay, if Andy Reid had these issues and he felt like Chris Ballard is extremely qualified in-house. Why wouldn't you just make that move right after the end of the 2017 season, or I guess 2016 season, and then hire Ballard?
Well, that's what I have friends in Kansas City, and I go on their talk show all the time. That's exactly what they told me. They wanted Chris. I mean, they like what they have right now. They believe things worked out well, but they wanted Chris back then. And thought, hey, why couldn't this decision have been made so you didn't lose this guy? Is basically what they said.
Do you think Andy Reid was afraid that Chris wouldn't have taken the job, knowing that he probably wanted more control than Andy? Andy, I think, probably has a little bit more control with Brett Veach than he would have with Chris Ballard.
I would say that, but from what we've seen from Chris, he looks pretty flexible, man. I mean, considering all that's transpired, I mean, he looks pretty flexible. Now, I know that flexibility was by virtue of the owner and not the head coach, but he looks like he's had some flexibility. You might be right about that, though.
Flexible, yes, but at the end of the day, he's calling the shots in the 53, and he hired a head coach that doesn't even worry about his defense. And Frank Reich, it's one of those things where I don't know if you get a more laid-back head coach in terms of knowing his duties, knowing his role as a play caller and as the head coach, and he's good enough with letting the personnel group take care of that, and letting Matt Eberflus take care of his baby, which is the defensive side of the ball.
It's Kevin Bone with us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Somebody had called up earlier and asked me where I thought Ballard was with all the other decision makers, general managers, team presidents, what have you, in the NFL. And I know that everybody's in love with him right now, but realistically, where do you think he is as far as everybody at his position or something close to that in the NFL?
Yeah, it's funny. I got that question a few weeks back, and I don't think you can put him any higher than about fifth, just because to me, it comes down really to winning Super Bowls in terms of how you evaluate general managers. Like, it's incredible where the bar was when he took the job and how much he's raised that bar. But, obviously, if you're going to call Belichick a GM, he's above him. Isn't Howie Roseman above him?
What about John Snyder in Seattle? Was he above?
Right. I mean, for what John Schneider did, I mean, that run was pretty impressive. And then you get into, okay, where do you put Les Snead in L.A. with the Rams? Thomas Dimitroff with the Falcons has built a Super Bowl team. Kevin Colbert with Pittsburgh. I mean, they've had a pretty impressive run when he's been there as well. So, I mean, Ballard is unquestionably, I think, a top 5 or 10. I put him in that 5 to 10 range in general managers. But, I think firmly beyond that list, you got to win more than one playoff game. And that's no knock on Chris Ballard. He's been at the helm for 2 years. Yeah. And it was just an awful rebuild when he had to take it over. But I think before we actually start crowning, top 3 general manager in the NFL, it's like, all right, you're going to have to put some playoff success, and we'll see if that happens this year.
Oh, we're just kind of it's crowning season, though. I mean, if you've got a good run going, and then conversely, it's talking down or ripping season if you don't. And all we have to do is go back a year ago. I mean, where we sit right now, 365 from this moment is just an absolute 180, and it's really amazing.
It is. I think about the questions that we had entering training camp last year, and now the questions that we'll have entering training camp this year. Like, think of a head-to-head position battle you have going into training camp. It's maybe Anthony Walker against Bobby Okereke, maybe, and that's pretty good. It's a returning starter against a third-round pick. It's not like, here's John Bostic competing with, insert 6th-round linebacker that you've drafted. It's just not as dire from a roster standpoint. I'm not sure if I said it with you, but I think the biggest takeaway I have coming out of the spring is just the balance, just the level across every position group where you don't look at one and think it's the biggest, most drastic need on your roster. There's not that glaring need going into camp. Certainly there are questions, depth at linebacker. Can your safety stay healthy? Can a number 2 receiver finally emerge, and even going into a number 3 wideout and number 4 wideout as well? But do you know what your starting O-line looks like? You pretty much know what your starting defensive line looks like. You feel good about the top end depth at corner, and Andrew Luck is healthy. So I just don't go into training camp with a lot of major questions. Yes, injuries are going to arise. We know that, and that's going to open up some more questions for you. But right now, it's a team that I don't think you have a lot of just, oh my gosh, what are the Colts going to do there? Sort of thoughts as you enter training camp here in a little over a month.
I think there's a similarity between how we felt about the Pacers this time last year going into 18 and 19 compared to how we feel about the Colts going into 19 this year. I mean, it's almost like the script is flipped. Yeah. I mean, you had these high-level expectations for the Pacers, and then the Colts had so much of an unknown, and this laundry list, this scroll of questions, starting with Luck and the quarterback all the way down, and now you have this scroll of questions about the Pacers and where they're going, and everybody's kind of calm, cool, and collected, and all is quiet regarding the Colts. It's been an amazing year.
Yeah, and I guess now it's, okay, how quickly that can change with the way where we see the Pacers at in terms of questions. But, yeah, I think that's really fair. In two totally different kind of worlds, a star emerged with Victor Oladipo, 2 years ago, and then with Andrew Luck, he proved that he could get back to that star level with his health. And then just from a continuity standpoint, you always hear Kevin Pritchard talk about that over at Banker's Life in terms of just being, all right, we're going to run this back. It's culture, it's continuity. And then with Chris Ballard, it's very similar thoughts that he mentions. And you have 21 of 22 starters back, which, I mean, you have 21 of 22 starters back, all three coordinators. I don't know how many times that's ever happened in the NFL, honestly. I mean, you look at New England and the turnover they've had just from one Super Bowl. They lost their best offensive weapon in Gronk and arguably their best defensive player in Trey Flowers. So I just, not to mention Brian Flores leaves and things like that. So I see a ton of similarities from where the Pacers were at this time last year to where the Colts are at right now.
So Kevin Bowen, 1070thefan.com, and he's via the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Listen, I've been all over the map regarding, the Pacers and not just the draft coming up tomorrow. I'll start right here. If Romeo Langford's on the board at 18 tomorrow night, and that's where the Pacers are selecting, should they pick him?
Well, my first cop-out would be I need to see the rest of the board. But I would really, really entertain it. I would. I think with the 18th pick, I view it in a couple of ways. If you don't trade it, which I think is what they should do, you have to take a player, in my opinion, there at 18 that has an extremely high ceiling, as high of a ceiling as you're going to get for that 18th pick. And that's why I'd entertain Romeo Langford. I'd entertain Bol. Hell, give me some foreigner. It worked for the Bucks a handful of years ago, a little bit more than that with Giannis at pick 15. I think you have to just push that ceiling higher. Yes, that means that floor is going to be a bit lower than maybe taking some college kid or Cameron Johnson or Nasir Little or insert college player here. But obviously the hanging cloud with Romeo is, can he handle it? Can he handle being in this state again for the foreseeable future? What is that burden like for him? And that's the biggest unknown. You would have to make sure, and that would fall on probably some psychological aspect of the Pacers' evaluation on Romeo Langford, but you better be damn sure that he can handle that because there is going to be pressure on him. But I think from a guy that battled injuries, still produced to a degree, not as high a degree I think as people would have liked, but still produced pretty well when he was hurt. I think you would have to look at that at pick 18.
I think it's better off for the Pacers and better off for Langford if somebody else were to choose him, and not here.
I would agree with that.
Not here.
I would. I would agree. But I just looked there at pick 18, and I'm it's just kind of like college player that was an all-conference player for 1 or 2 years. I don't know. That just doesn't do it for me.
Well, I mean, and you're also thinking about this guy once upon a time was a top 5 pick. Had he come right out of high school, he'd have been, one of these top 5 picks somewhere, top 5, top 6, whatever. I think we still see that, but is that even close to reality?
Yeah, and that's the question that I guess I have in the sense of, all right, how much did the injury impact him?
Sure.
Because from what he showed at IU, he can't be a two-guard in the NBA. I mean, you can't shoot the ball like he did in his 1 year down in Bloomington and expect to be any sort of a starting two-guard in this league, especially play alongside Victor Oladipo, a guy that, isn't just that stone-cold three-point shooter. So, yeah, I would probably pass on him. Like, if I were Kevin Pritchard, I don't know if I would have the guts to be able to pull the trigger on him. But in terms of ceiling guys around that pick, there's probably not going to be many, if any at all, that have a higher ceiling than he should have, considering he played through, a relatively significant injury during his freshman season.
All right, I'm going to lead you to this, too. People have asked me, what do you want to see the Pacers do in the offseason? And I've dropped the name D'Angelo Russell a number of times. It probably won't happen. It's probably far-fetched. You just mentioned something that the connection. I like a backcourt of Oladipo and Russell. However, with what you just said, Russell only shot to three at 37%. However, he averaged over 21. I like both their quickness. I like him getting better shooting the three. He is not your prototypical one. You don't have a prototypical one, but frankly, Kevin, I don't think you need it. You need shot-making ability on this team. That's how I visualize this backcourt, and that's why I think the Pacers should work as hard as they can to make that or help that come to fruition. What say you?
I couldn't agree more. You need another creator. You need a guy that can create his own shot and score, and that's why I laughed when I saw the Ricky Rubio stuff earlier today, because that just doesn't do it for me at any degree. He can't shoot. He needs a whole lot of talent around him to be a truly effective player. And his teams have really done nothing of note, whether he was in Minnesota or Utah. Whereas I look at a guy like Russell, and still incredibly young. I mean, what is he, 22, 23 years old, something like that. Former number 2 overall pick that's been turned away by 2 franchises. That would be very similar to the sort of chip you have on Victor Oladipo's shoulder. And I think those guys could both play on the ball or off the ball. I'd worry maybe a little bit about how effective Russell could be off the ball. But this is a guy that, like you said, he averaged 21. He also averaged 7 assists.
Yeah.
And that's a very, very high number. And, when you hear, you've always heard from Kevin Pritchard, more three-point shooting, more pace this summer. But he's also thrown in there another guy that can create. And I don't know if you're going to find an all-star caliber player that is 23, 22 years old that can create on the open market like D'Angelo Russell can. Those guys just don't really hit free agency very often. So I would definitely do it.
I'll be honest with you, too. If that rumor is correct about the Pacers having interest in trading up to number 4, that would concern me, because that would concern me that maybe they aren't as high on Vic coming back, and not talking rebuild, but maybe this is not going to be the type of season that these fans expect. I mean, if they're serious about that. Because, listen, I'm sorry, I think 4 on down is a flip of a coin. Like the top 3, absolutely. But I think 4 is every bit as a flip of a coin as 10, and 10 is 15, and 15 is at 18. That's kind of how I think of it.
Like, what would they be wanting it for? Or I guess who? Like, is there a name you think of the flip the coin group?
No, yeah, beats me. I mean, what? Garland? I mean, Cam Reddish? I know.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, 4, I guess I haven't really thought of it like that, John. Would that be more of a red flag for Victor and where he's at from a rehab standpoint?
That does not scream at me, getting back to where you thought you were on the rise the year before the injury. That does not scream that to me. It just doesn't.
But, playing devil's advocate, what would it say in terms of you clear out some cap space to where then all of a sudden you're drafting a guy at 4 that you feel like can come in and play from day one, maybe not be that, all-star level from day one, but can get there. And then do you go into free agency? Could you somehow sway, which is the biggest question, which I don't think can happen, could you sway a couple of guys? Like, let's say you go up and trade Miles.
I see what you're saying there, but Miles already has a cap-friendly contract. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't understand why you'd want to consider that.
He does, but it would still open up some room. I'm saying, let's say you trade Miles the 18th for the 4th. You take Hunter or Reddish. Then you're able to sign D'Angelo Russell, and you're able to go out and find some other stretch 4, and now you're looking at a starting lineup of Russell, Oladipo, DeAndre Hunter, some free agent at the 4, and Sabonis at the 5.
Well, I guess I'd have to see it. I'd have to see a little bit more and eyeball it on paper, but I don't like the path in which we're taking right here. I don't.
It's not going to happen. They're not.
No, I know. This is a sake, and that's what's good about this time of year is, these rumors give us a thumbs up, a green light, if you will, to go a variety of directions and talk about it. So
I love the NBA draft. It's so much more entertaining than the NFL draft.
Completely agree. What are you writing about?
I posted something on the site earlier today, like the final mock draft look at the Pacers at number 18, Rui Hachimura, P.J. Washington, a couple other names there. And then looking actually at the Bobby Okereke, Anthony Walker position battle, because I do believe that is the one kind of clear head-to-head position battle that will be there for the Colts in a little over a month.
Hey, if Garland's taking it 3, then Barrett would be at 4. But then I think you could probably find more if you're New Orleans than what the Pacers have to offer, right? If that's the case.
I think Woj tweeted out earlier that even though they worked out Garland, it'll be Barrett. Yeah, I mean, if Barrett falls to 4, if I'm New Orleans, I just get on the clock and say, all right, whoever makes the best deal with 30 seconds to go, we're going to take it.
Always good, my friend. I appreciate it. We'll talk again soon.
All right, see you, John.
It's Kevin Bowen, 1070thefan.com. Anything goes, most unfiltered segment in the history of indie radio. We got to hustle here, too, because I went way over right there. 239-1070. Come on, say whatever you want. Whatever you want about anything that you want. Unfiltered radio call-in show at its finest. 239-1070. Anything goes. Coming at you next.
At Diamonds Direct, we love those who serve and protect us, and it shows with our new and even more generous Heroes in Uniform program. This is for all active military and veterans, plus all first responders. You get exclusive price discounts on any purchase, plus exclusive long-term 0% financing with no money down options. This is available year-round. It can be used for virtually anything. It's our way of honoring our hometown heroes, those who serve our country and our community, those who make the daily sacrifice, who work hard protecting us, who spend so much time away from their families. To these special men and women, we invite you to our showroom, where you'll be treated with respect, you'll be honored, and you'll get our guaranteed best price value, plus extra discounts, as well as 0% long-term financing with nothing down. If you wear a uniform and are among those who serve and protect us, or you're a veteran, all of us at Diamonds Direct stand with you. Because at Diamonds Direct, we know that sound is not noise. It's the sound of freedom. Diamonds Direct. Get store hours and directions at diamondsdirect.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. When mortgage interest rates drop this low and home values are rising at the fastest pace in over a decade, people want options. And at the Home Loan Expert office, that's exactly what we give you. We do conventional, jumbo, FHA, VA. We have loans with no down payment and no PMI. We also do loans where you don't have to verify any income. The 5-minute loan approval only available at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Indiana weather can be extreme in both summer and winter, which is why new windows from Universal Windows Direct, a Midwest company with state-of-the-art technology, will save you money year-round on energy bills. Call 317-659-8191 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate. And right now, for every window you buy, you get the next window free, no limits, and 0% financing for 36 months. Plus, they back it up with a true lifetime warranty. 317-659-8191 or universalwindowsdirect.com, and you'll say, I love my windows.
Hey, Johnny, for 1 hour, heating and air conditioning, AC. Don't go into the hot summer months ahead when it doesn't rain every day, and you get 95 plus and it's hot and it's humid. Don't go in not knowing exactly how your HVAC unit is going to go here. Get the certified technicians, the genius that is 1 hour heating and air conditioning in your home, making sure that runs smoothly. You know what? And if it needs fixed, they will fix it. They'll do it all right there for you. There's no, oh, hold on a minute, I don't have that on the truck. They have everything on the truck. Everything that will keep your home and your family cool and comfortable when things outside aren't. So don't be hot and bothered. Use the people that I know and trust at 1 hour heating and air conditioning. That's 844-1-HOUR. 1 hour heating and air conditioning today. 844-1-HOUR.
Best service, best products. Do it best.
Hi, Pat Sullivan here of Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Yes, we have thousands of home improvement items in stock, but what separates us are the things you won't find in a typical big box store. A wide selection of annuals and perennials, many grown right here in Indianapolis. A wide array of patio furniture at our Keystone location, our Weber grills, and don't forget the world's best smoker and grill, the Big Green Egg, available at Sullivan Hardware and Garden.
Get great deals in June at your local Do It Best Hardware. Save on a 16-inch black oscillating pedestal fan, just $19.99. Save 50% on a 15-piece oxide bit set, just $9.99. And a 50-foot garden hose, only $7.99. Hurry while supplies last. Shop local. Shop your neighborhood Do It Best Hardware.
Shop local, shop Do It Best. Visit Sullivan Hardware and Garden, 71st and Keystone, 49th and Penn, and in Cicero.
Best service, best products. Do it best.
I had prostate cancer.
A PSA may have saved his life.
Ask your doctor about preventive screenings. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
The Ride with JMV.
Well, we've got an especially dirty hippie here down on the court trying to sink an impossible shot.
On FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
All right, let's do some anything goes. You guys feel like ripping on something? My man called a little bit earlier and ripped on everybody. Ripped on Kevin Pritchard. Ripped on the Pacers. Ripped on Nate. It's anything goes. Hey, quick shout to my friend Zach Brinker. Zach has played basketball with us, and I've known him for a long time. We play basketball Wednesday nights. I play like at a variety of different places. One of those would be the Gathering place down in Greenwood. And we get the like normal guys go down there and play. And this is going to be Zach's final night. Zach is moving to Knoxville, Tennessee. And we are going to miss him, but the old band is back together later on tonight. It's good to see. I see the lineup here, and it's like an old school lineup. My man High Sox is on the list from Klipsch. You better bring me some damn speakers. But now we're going to miss Zach a great deal. It is a fun group. I think I've been playing with that group since 11 or 12, I think. Maybe 10. It might be around 9 years now. That's the Wednesday night thing. The Tuesday night thing's at Center Grove. The weekend thing is at Perry. But final night for Zach. Zach's a good man, and we're going to miss him a great deal. Hey, Friday, I'm going to be live in the backyard at Noblesville, and it is going to be a blast. That's number 1 of 3 that we're doing. Backyard Bourbon Broadcast brought to you by Evan Williams. Hydrated by Connecticut and the food courtesy of my friends. You got it at Wings, etc. We do the show in the backyard, and we are ready to have a blast. And we are rocking Noblesville coming up on Friday. So make sure you sign up 1070thefan.com. You guys killed it, too, and sign-ups keep going. 1070thefan.com. We've got 2 more, and then one all-out extravaganza down at the Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina later on this summer. Hey, Jeremy, thank you for sending. I don't know why the Eastern Green Thunderbirds bus was spotted at the Plainfield Steak and Shake. But there they are. See, where do they get these new buses now? Hell, I rode around on a damn yellow bus all the time. We didn't have these nice buses to ride in. We had the old yellow buses. That puked in the back seat. All right, 239-1070. My way, your way, anything goes. Line 1, you're on the air. Who's this?
Hey, it's Brian.
Hello, Brian. Go ahead.
Hey, JMV. How about our Reds today?
How about those Red Legs? That 3-game sweep of the Astros, 4 consecutive wins. Nice.
What can you make of that team? I mean, I think they have at least enough talent to go 500, but I mean, they really don't have any long-term pieces really signed. I mean, other than Senzel's young, Suarez.
I thought that the entire year so far, the pitching has been too good for them to be, hovering around 4 and 5 games under 500. I mean, it's all about the hitting, and we've seen as of late the hitting start to get better. It's not where it should be, not near where it should be, but just consider that for a moment. Had we said that those pitchers, from top to bottom, were going to have this type of season, we would have thought that this was going to be so far through 2.5 months magical, and it hasn't been as of yet, and we're feeling good about it now because of the hitting. Hopefully they're hitting a stride here because they've got a long way to go. If you look at the averages throughout the lineup, it's not good still.
No, I got some work to do.
Yep. Anything else?
All right, thanks, buddy.
Brian, you call anytime. Thank you. Anything goes at 239-1070. Line 2, who's this?
Hey, John, this is Andrew.
Hello, Andrew. Go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to take some time to riff on the folks running the IHSAA over there. Only them would come out with the sectional pairings in the spring and then make a rule change that shifts it all up, approved tomorrow. That takes some great leadership to pull that off.
So what did they do exactly?
So they had the success factor in place for where you had to have 3 points for a team playing up a class. So Cathedral football, for example, and then they changed it to 2 points. So now Cathedral should be staying in 5A, which is going to shift all the teams that are going up to 6A and likewise down to 3A and everything else. So,
do I need to call and yell at Bobby Cox?
You got to give him a ring, John.
Hey, Bobby, what are you doing over there? Come on. Chris Kaufman, I'm sure, is listening right now, so your voice is being heard, I guarantee you.
Well, I think the vote goes live tomorrow, or goes final tomorrow, so maybe we put a stop to it.
All right, what do you want to happen? Tell Bobby Cox and Chris Kaufman right now from the IHSAA what you want to happen. What should happen?
I don't have a strong enough opinion on it either way, but I think that just maybe wait until or do a rule change before you release the sectional pairings, or don't do the rule change at all. Since you already made a point to release them. So that's all I got to say.
You call anytime. That's what Anything Goes is about right there. If you want your voice to be heard, this is your opportunity. Completely unfiltered. Unless you're just a complete blank off, and then I've got to filter it a little bit. But you know what I mean. You just don't be getting me in trouble. Actually, go ahead and get me in trouble. What am I going to do? Where did I just end here? Okay, line 3, 239-1070. Who's this?
This is Glenn down in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Daytona Beach, Florida. Hello.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about 50 years ago when the Pacers first started. I know you always like to hear about a smoke show.
I do.
So when the Pacers started, I was part of it. I owned a business. I was part of the sponsorship group for the radio broadcast. And it was on Wire 1430 AM.
Oh, yeah.
Country station. Jerry Baker did the play-by-play for the first 5 years.
Right on.
One of the benefits of being part of that is you got a couple season tickets. You got some access to the locker room before the game, after, once in a while to halftime. That'll be another call. I can tell you some things about that. But anyway, the biggest perk was that Nedelicki had a nightclub 5 minutes east of...
That's what I was going to guess. So you got invited to Nedelicki's after-game parties?
Well, being part of this thing got you into Nettles at the Meadows. they let the smoke in, obviously. If you were a guy, if you didn't know somebody, you didn't get in. It got to the point they had the fire marshal there, and they'd only let so many people in. And, I mean, the smoke was everywhere.
The smoke is thick. I like it. I
I could tell you things, but it's a family show.
Barely, but yes, I get what you're talking about, man. I do.
There was a lot of fun in that situation.
Thank you for sharing that. Anytime I get to hear post-game parties with Nedelicki and friends, I love it, too. That's how we used to work the Indiana State parties. I'd make all the dudes pay and let all the chicks in for free. All these hard legs running around at my party, Kevin Lee.
Here's the best if you show up at somebody else's party and start taking money at the door.
Oh, yeah.
Never seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I was in Avon this weekend. Avon, they got nice facilities over there. We got our asses whipped over there, but we were over there.
And what kind of facility?
I was just, we were in the basketball field house over there.
Oh, the high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice. Yeah.
It's nice over there.
Uh-huh.
No trains or anything.
We've got a bridge.
You got a bridge now. You can get over the train. Anything goes, line 4. Who's this?
Hey, this is Josh from the Hardys, man.
Hello, Josh from the Hardys. What's up?
Not much. Just calling to let everybody know, man, we got a Wednesday night rager at the Melody Inn tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Black Magic Flower Power is in town from Tucson, Arizona. Show starts at 8.
Holy crap. What are we looking like over there? What's the Melody Inn party on a Wednesday night? What's that look like?
Yeah. Oh, it looks great, man. It's a Wednesday night show in Indy for local music. What else would you expect?
You gotta have it. You gotta
Yes,
have
sir.
it. All right, give it some love. What time are things underway officially?
Show starts at 8 o'clock. It's $6 at the door. Locals Nouveau Riz and the Hardys will be on the bill with the headlining touring act of Black Magic Flower Power out of Tucson, Arizona.
Hell to the Melody Inn later on tonight. Tell them I sent you.
Will do.
Hardys, thanks. Do I need a break? Man, I want to hear more about the old guy's smoke stories. There's a picture that's out there of an after party. Kaylee, you remember this? Where it's Neto and Slick and a bunch of them and a bunch of, it's early 70s. You can tell it's early 70s and everybody's dressed out in early 70s and dancing and stuff. A lot of plywood in the background.
Well, I thought you were going to have a second part of the story. Of how the
there's a
evening was
picture
going.
that's floating around out
I've
there.
seen those, yeah.
That's a hell of a time.
I've heard some of the stories.
I got to get R. Miller's probably been in on some of those, I'd imagine. Right?
They might have let him in.
You think they would have let him? He is a hard leg, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't let him in.
Yeah. No, they would have had him in because they wanted someone to drive him home. And that would have been Robin's job. Yeah.
It's Kaylee's got trackside 7 o'clock. All right. We got tickets for Buck Cherry. But first things first, it is the Harrah's Hoosier Park race of the day. We'll set the lineups next.
Hubler has it, savings. Hubler has it, choices. Hubler has it all.
Indiana's Auto Giant is changing car buying forever. Introducing a warranty so huge, you can drive around the world 8 times and still be covered. It's Hubler Auto Group's massive 10-year, 200,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Shop any new vehicle at all Hubler locations with the warranty included. Chevys, Buicks, GMCs, and Fords. The warranty's included. Acuras, Hondas, Nissans, and Mazdas. The warranty's included. The Hubler family has helped Hoosiers for 60 years, and we're not stopping now. Visit drivehubler.com for the perfect car and our 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty. As Indiana's Auto Giant, Hubler has it all. Why buy anywhere else? You're invited to Hubler. Click drivehubler.com.
Hubler has it all.
Warranty available on new vehicles, except certain models, not transferable or available on leases. A copy of the warranty is available for review at the dealership.
And now, a thought from Geico Motorcycle.
It took 15 minutes for you to choose the font for the tattoo of your girlfriend's name, Tara.
The swirly one.
Begin tattooing and get a breakup text from Tara as you finish the last A.
Can you make it pterodactyl or something?
To add insult to injury, you could have used those 15 tattoo minutes to switch your motorcycle insurance to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance.
If you go to a traditional jeweler, when you're looking at the diamonds there in the showroom, from the time they came out of the ground, a lot of hands touched them along the way.
Diamonds Direct's Ben Peterson explains middleman markups in typical jewelry stores.
Each set of hands that touches them adds a little bit of markup to the price and takes the best quality stones for themselves and passes the rest along to the next guy. So by the time you're looking at them, they've been marked up 3 or 4 times, and the selection has been dwindled down to kind of the bottom of the barrel.
But at Diamonds Direct, all those middlemen and their markups are eliminated.
Because we're diamond manufacturers, we're direct diamond importers, we're the only ones that are touching the diamonds from the time they come out of the cutting facility to the time you're looking at them in the showroom. We are in control of the whole process, and we pass the savings along to the customer.
The result is better quality diamonds for a lot less, and that's the Diamonds Direct difference.
Our unique concept and our unique value proposition and our history as diamond cutters makes us a destination, a bridal destination and a diamond destination.
Diamonds Direct.
We guarantee to offer you the lowest price on a diamond anywhere.
Get store hours and directions at diamondsdirect.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly. I'm always being asked, hey Ryan, what is your favorite type of loan? And I gotta tell you, there's something so special about helping a veteran get into their dream home. And that's why we created the Hero Loan. At Hero.loan, you'll never pay for an appraisal. We do all the VA paperwork for you, and we close VA loans in as little as 14 days. Get pre-approved today with our 5-minute loan approval, only available at Hero.loan. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hi, I'm Chuck Jones with Bill Esther Chevrolet, and I'm with Tony Kanaan, Indy's adopted son.
Chuck, we had some fun in May, didn't we?
Yes, we did, TK. So much so that we are doing it again this month.
What kind of deals do we got?
We have 0% interest for up to 84 months on new Chevys.
84 months no interest? That's huge.
Also, get up to $4,000 more for your trade. We need some trades, TK.
Man, that sounds like it.
So find new roads to Bill Esther Chevrolet or online at BillEsterChevy.com. Just ask for the TK deal.
Hey, John here. It's time now for the Harrah's Hoosier Park race of the day. Here's the lineup. Nick Martin has A.E. Guida Judy. Chris Port goes with Prescott. Sabotage going to Chad Martin. My man Dave Marin, the big fella, gets Pebbles Boy Rex. Ryan Boshears from Lawrence County gets BL Super Sally. Muscular Superstar going to Derek Radcliffe. My man Aaron in Greenfield goes for Mr. Charmbro. Wrapped in Rubies, Pat Marsh. Mike Smith getting B. Donata. Let's roll it, Kyle. The Harrah's Hoosier Park race of the day.
The following is presented by the Indiana Standard Bred Breed Development Program. From Harrah's Hoosier Park Racing and Casino, it's time for the harness race of the day on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
And to the wrong. From the inside, the Pebbles Boy Rex trots right out, grabbing the lead. A.E. Guided Judy from the inside comes away second. Muscular Superstar is out testing the waters early from third. Sabotage comes away trotting fourth. Wrapped in Rubies to the outside is well off cover, but underway from fifth. BL Super Sally down to the inside, trots in sixth. Prescott in tight quarters there, seven. Mr. Charmbro alongside. B. Donata is the early trailer. 20 seconds of the opening quarter time. Pebbles Boy Rex, the Pilgrim's Chucky 3-year-old, leads the way to the backstretch. That lead is two. Muscular Superstar will settle in behind and follow the leader in the pocket there. A.E. Guided Judy gaps a bit in third. Sabotage is fourth. BL Super Sally moves up a spot there in fifth as Wrapped in Rubies was off stride of the first turn. Meantime, Prescott is gapping badly is sixth. To the outside in seventh, Mr. Charmbro. He's been out there every step of the way thus far. B. Donata to the inside races eighth. The half was 58 seconds, and Pebbles Boy Rex yet to be challenged here as Muscular Superstar continues to wait patiently there in the pocket. Here's A.E. Guided Judy out to challenge from third now, and just off the cover there's Sabotage as they approach the 3/4 mile marker. It's Pebbles Boy Rex. He's led from the outset, and now he kicks away by two, nearly 3 lengths. Muscular Superstar is next in second, the 3/4 time, 128 and 2, and the Pebbles Boy Rex leads for home. That lead is now 3.5 lengths to the outside. A.E. Guided Judy, Muscular Superstar to the inside, and BL Super Sally there between horses. Sabotage back to the outside is a fifth, but in the final 16th, it's all Pebbles Boy Rex. 13-1 long shot here will win the opener, going gate to wire. Pebbles Boy Rex in 157 and 3. A.E. Guided Judy finished second. BL Super Sally was third with Muscular Superstar.
Just minutes from Indy off I-69 in Anderson, Harrah's Hoosier Park has standard bred horse racing through November 9th, thanks in part to the Indiana Standard Bred Breed Development Program. And keep listening for your chance to win with Harrah's Hoosier Park Harness Race of the Day on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
The NTT IndyCar Series battles Road America. Sunday at noon on FM 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
You like Huey Lewis on the news?
FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
My man Marin, the big fella, gets the win. Pebbles Boy Rex, A.E. Guida Judy, and BL Super Sally. 1, 2, and 3. Way to go, Marin. $198.20 for the exacta. The superfecta paid out $811.75 and $190 for the trifecta. The Harrah's Hoosier Park race of the day I think 4 days a week. Is that what we do it? 4 days a week right here on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan. I'm going to catch up with Matt Painter coming up on tomorrow's show. He had a lot of meetings today. We were going back and forth, but couldn't find a real good time to get him on. I want him to talk about Carson Edwards and Cliz a little bit, so we'll reset that coming up on tomorrow's show for you, and we shall get you set for what should be a fantastic evening of the draft coming up tomorrow night. And our friend Dylan Windler joins us on the show on Friday. We'll find out where he goes at the end of round 1 or maybe early in round number 2. And he'll be on the show on Friday. Matt Parks in Noblesville will be our Backyard Bourbon broadcast host coming up on Friday. Number 1 of 3, 4 overall, but 3 in our listeners' backyard. Matt Parks. If you know Matt Parks in Noblesville, you need to lobby to make sure that Matt has you as one of the 30 friends that shows up on Friday. The Backyard Bourbon broadcast, number 1, is in Noblesville at Matt Parks' place coming up on Friday. If you want to sign up, 1070thefan.com. Do it right now. We got 2 more that we are going to select for you. 1070thefan.com, brought to you by Evan Williams, hydrated by Connecticut, and food, thank you, Wings, etc. Kevin Lee is in studio. We got Trackside coming up at 7 o'clock. How's the kid doing?
He's doing well. I haven't been in town much. I'm either at an IndyCar or a sports car race.
Where's he been?
He's raced. He tested once at Mid-Ohio. He raced at Mid-Ohio, and then last week he raced at Virginia International Raceway, which is like right on the Virginia-North Carolina border, and he's won races each of the 2 weekends, and he's leading the championship in for people that know racing, it'd be like what used to be the Skip Barber Series or Formula Fords. It's called the Lucas Oil Formula Car Series. So it's entry-level IndyCar racing. They're little Indy cars with much less power and no wings and downforce. They top out at about 125 to 130 miles per hour, and they run on full-size road courses. So it's been kind of cool to watch.
Man, I always thought that kid is so tall.
He barely fits in. Actually, he fits in easily in these cars because they're also made for people like you and I that do it for like a one-day thing. So it's a combination school for kids trying to move from go-karts to real race cars and just people looking for a birthday party kind of deal. Right. So the next level will be tight, but we've sat him in a USF 2000 car, which is similar to like Class A if you're a baseball guy compared to IndyCar and the major leagues, and he'll fit in there, but just barely.
Man, you're all over the place then, aren't you?
I have been. It's good, though. It's been fun to go to some new tracks that I haven't been to. I had never been to VIR. That's just a beautiful track and a beautiful area. And then we go to New Jersey Motorsports Park next, which is in Millville, New Jersey. It's an hour from Philly. I've never been there.
Okay.
And then we go to the Corvette track in Bowling Green, Kentucky. After that, and what are the last 2? I know Road American Sebring. So those are 2 tracks I'm familiar with.
Is this how all the young drivers start, just like this?
They do now. Actually, that's not true. They still, there are different things you can do. There's F1600, which is a similar type of level, which he might test in or race in later this year. But this is an arrive and drive series, so it's good. So you really find out if it's the kid or the car, because the cars are all pretty much equal. They're prepared by the series, so it's a way to kind of weed them out and say, all right, does he have any talent or not? And apparently he's pretty good.
I like it. I like the kid.
He's been better at this than he was at go-karts. Go-karts wasn't equal equipment. He was tall, so that was a lot of drag, made it difficult. So now I just have to come up with some more money.
That's all right, Kaylee.
The JMV car.
Make that money, yes. Make that money with Trackside at 7. Good to see you, Brad. Trackside, Kevin, and Kevin at 7. Great job, Kyle, today. Kevin Bowen, 1070thefan.com. Buck Cherry tickets, number 7, 239-1070 for the Mirage. Number 7, you're a winner. Talk to you tomorrow at 3.
Don't put up with a cranky old water heater. Time to get a new one and get happy. I'm Corey Kreitzberger, General Manager of